Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. It's too busy talking to my friends backstage. See what's coming up.
That's a generous term.
Yeah, I guess you could say idiots. I don't know.
Idiots.
Fair.
Idiots. Yeah.
Idiots.
IT10Ters.
ID10Ts.
Yeah.
Your problem
ignoramus
is
more like it.
Anyway,
ignoramus.
And hi, Culture's back on Monday. Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Not for long though, because he took his meds and will be probably passing out in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, my medication is hit like a dump truck. But no, look, I wouldn't miss this for the world. We have great subject matter this evening. You guys are going to want to stick around. We have thoughtful conversation, something that I am grateful that Ian is a professional in, and why we should probably be a little bit more aware of the AI world that's developing around us.
Indeed.
Just because of Ian?
Well, you're assuming the world is real and that we're not living in a simulation already.
I mean, at this point, it probably is.
We're on the third layer of like a Linux server.
3 layers up.
Yeah, there's at least 2 layers above us. I'm just.
But the one thing that one of the articles that Talk sent over today, which I thought was pretty interesting, because we all saw the video last week of Tom Cruise and
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt. That's right. Fighting, and it looked pretty good.
It was great.
There was some stuff that was kind of wonky about it, but overall, it looked really good.
It looked better than Disney slop.
I don't think it was very good at all. Neither of them had Sydney Sweeney's breasts.
Oh, I mean,
so that would have been the perfect video.
What's the point of having an AI if you don't do that?
Hey, exactly. In one of them,
I agree.
In one of them, they were fighting over the top of a very dead island boy. Which I thought was good.
Well, that was when I saw that they were talking about that. But it was really interesting, and we had this conversation on F&T, and there's some things I thought about after the show was over, talking about the whole thing with can AI capture the emotions, the creativity, and a lot of that's kind of where prompting comes in. But the big thing is when I first started working with generative AI, which was 3 years ago, we still had issues with, multiple arms and multiple fingers on hands and all this stuff. And just look at where things have gone in the last 3 years. So we went from sometimes getting good images.
Yeah.
Most of the time getting multiple appendages. Yeah. But now, 3 years later, we have this video of Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise fighting, and it looks pretty fucking good. Minus some things towards the end of it, where it looked kind of wonky. But that's a huge fucking improvement over the last 3 years.
Well, there's no polydactyly, as you referred to. There's not 11 billion fingers. But I watched an AI video today, 100% AI, created by the Door brothers, that looked like a Marvel movie. And it was 3 minutes long. There's more to come. And they're creating feature-length $200 million blockbusters with a handful of prompts. And that's the other thing we were talking about backstage. The fight scene between Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise was a 2-line prompt.
That's pretty impressive for 2 lines.
And
jeez.
It goes to show you that with persistence. By the way, I'm not talking about persistence. Is not you're going to try really hard, a million times. I'm saying being able to create character persistence and world persistence is really the only barrier, which they seem to have crossed with ByteDance's technology, which is called C-Dance.
Mm-hmm.
So C-Dance is the thing that's being used to create pretty much everything. And we get to the point of the story we're going to talk about tonight, where maybe there won't be as much use of existing IP and actors and actresses and stuff like that. So,
well, I mean, there's the whole, was it Tilly Norcott we talked about, several months ago. And and the whole joke about her being an AI actress and the fact that you had agencies courting her, which is kind of retarded because She's not real.
It's a guy. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things technology wise that is very amazing and quite frankly scary if you think about it. But as a technology being a creative and creating something, it's exciting. The thing where it gets kind of weird is this is stuff that Tim Pool's talked about. Ryan talked about it on FNT. The idea that we're no longer going to have a shared culture as a result of this, that's kind of concerning, because
could it not be an even more shared culture though? See, that's like, okay, looking at it in a pessimistic way. What about if I'm able to create something that translates in all languages and can be translated in real time in multiple, versions of itself, so that it conveys the same message and everything else, because there's no language barrier. It's communicating in multiple languages all at the same time, so that I get an English version of the message and the Chinese get a Chinese version of it, the Japanese get a Japanese version of it, but it's ultimately all the same. So like you said, I mean, I'm going to take a pessimistic view, because I don't like the way that technology is advancing without constraint, because we've reached that point. So at the same time, there are people that are willing, not just here in the States and elsewhere around the world, but even the Chinese are willing to pull the ripcord on this a little bit.
Yeah. So the big thing that is, Hollywood groups are pushing back, against ByteDance, because one of the things that happened last week is that there was a fight released between Batman and Captain America. And not just Captain America, but Chris Evans' Captain America.
Oh, did you see the Wolverine versus Superman?
Yes.
Holy cow.
Who won?
It was a draw. Are you kidding me? It was amazing, though.
But yeah, I mean, it's stuff like that. And that I can understand as a company, you got to protect your IP. And that's, a huge deal. So we have this pushback coming from Hollywood against ByteDance's, C-Dance, which is, I didn't realize that the model that they were using to create that stuff was actually out of China, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Because they are definitely trying to grab market share. And obviously, their goal is not to piss off Hollywood. Maybe.
Well, look, and we can't pretend that there aren't models that are better than this in the States or in other countries. And I'm going to say that intentionally, because I said something backstage before we started the show. But there are other countries that have equally as good, if not better, models. And that's where things break down. Today we discovered that Palantir had a disruption and breach that opened up the floodgates into things they may have gathered against politicians to use as leverage / blackmail. So if you think this thing is inside of any kind of walled fortress, it isn't.
No, it's not. And in a lot of ways, AI, and really what it is, it's large language models and generative AI, or image generation. It's not AI. It's not intelligent. That's the thing. I mean, it's basically
it's iterative guesswork that is very good.
Well, and that's where the large language model thing comes in, right? Because the better these models are, the better they can emulate human behavior. It's not going to be sentient. I know that we talked about the whole thing with like Moltbook and AI starting its own religion. But I watched a really interesting video talking about the whole thing with that. And I haven't really dug too deeply into it. And it's the seeding that is used when the stuff gets added to your AI chatbot, right? That's the thing that you have to look into, is what prompts are being fed into it when you install these skills for Claudebot. Open Claw. Sorry.
Well, yeah. Open Claude, like you can give it the ability to go and get things from GitHub and other resources that it needs, and all that's super handy. But you have to give
super dangerous.
it is, but and that's another reason why to use like a virtual machine to operate this from, so you can turn the power switch off. But
not just that. That's what I'm doing. I'm setting up Open Claw on a virtual machine. But the thing is, it's giving it to the keys to the kingdom, which is the dangerous part.
Yeah, you don't.
But we're kind of going down a rabbit hole with this. I'll talk more about this at some point in time when I get done messing with Open Claw. But you have to be careful with this stuff and what permissions you give it and what you use, because there could be malicious code in there. That's the big thing. And suddenly, people could be injecting prompts using, Multibook or whatnot. So it's fucking insane.
Yeah, you want to create as close an environment or as many guardrails as you can, but we can't even begin to pretend that there's a moat around this, because there isn't.
No,
and there hasn't.
There isn't. There won't be either, Culture, because who's going to enforce it?
Yeah.
True.
I mean, the Chinese are not going to listen to the international courts, so neither are a number of other countries in the world once they get this stuff up. So you just aren't gonna you're not gonna have any control. And Hollyweird thinking that they're gonna go back on strike about this and somehow they're gonna maintain control or have some semblance of control. It's a delusion.
I think that the main thing that they need to do, this has to be a waking up point for Hollywood, because we know that the majority of what we've been getting has been human AI slop, as Gary calls it, which is pretty fucking realistic. It's trash. It's awful. And it's created by people. The thing is, when AI gets to the point where it can create a better movie based off of the crap that we've been getting over the last decade, maybe 20 years at this point, that's the thing that they have to realize that's going to be their competition. So they really need to do is basically pull their heads out of their ass, realize that the shit that they've been pushing nobody wants. Okay. Hire good people, hire good writers, good creatives, and maybe, just maybe, you can actually not lose to AI.
But here, and the thing is that it's already kind of built in. I mean, if you go back in time, we lost the ability to write dialogue 10 years ago.
Yeah.
2015. So everything from 2015 onward has felt like, a retarded school child that, was failing out of like first grade writing dialogue in television and film, which is why, shows like Star Trek, what do they call that? Starfleet Academy?
Starfleet Academy.
You leave the Starship Ozempic out of this.
Jason
loves this show, and we are not going to disparage Jason.
Yes, we are. So, but the broader point is that, it's just, that's where that's all coming from. Hey, praise the rock, Cole Hauser.
What's up, Cole? How you doing, man?
Legend.
Indeed. All right.
It's interesting. It's interesting, Ian. Now, what does everybody think? Had we not had Hollyweird basically go the route they did with the messaging, the race swapping, the gender swapping, all the bologna sausage,
all the swapping.
Culture, yes, all the bologna sausage. Does that delay all this? In other words, is Hollyweird the accelerant for this AI? At least in this
I think
area,
it has been to a degree.
Hollywood is the accelerant for this? No.
Another person that's delusional and thinks they're a different thing is responsible for another mass shooting in Rhode Island.
Oh, wow.
Oh, goody.
Well, okay, so
sorry.
I think
Hollywood didn't cause this.
No, Hollywood didn't cause it. No, not the slightest. But I think Hollywood being replaced by AI, that's accelerated. Yeah, sure. I think the issue is that these are always were going to be tools available, and I think it's stuff was potentially going to be adopted for certain things, but now it's like why hire a all these people from film school that basically have no talent. They shouldn't have been there.
They shouldn't have been in film school.
Yeah. I mean, I remember a couple of years ago, I think it was ChatGPT write a better story for The Mandalorian than what we were seeing out of The Mandalorian season 3. And I did it as a joke. And Grant used AI to create images and whatnot.
Yeah.
I want to get some comments from Pinochet real quick because he sent some fire. Yeah. Sent some stuff that's relevant to what we're talking about.
Not literally on fire.
Not like Matt.
Right. He's not, but it's not Matt.
No, the helicopter's fine. Everybody calm down. He can still take people on tours, drop them off.
Pinochet for $5 over on the Rumble side says, this is the reckoning the world needs to begin to even think about swinging the pendulum the other way. I feel sorry for the folks like Polly, but Hollywood needs to be punished brutally. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah,
can't argue with that. Hollywood was on the decline anyway, and even if they were still making some good stuff, it would be continuing to decline because it's a 20th century model they're operating under.
Yeah,
that would never stem the tide of technology or change of that nature. It may have slowed it slightly.
Aren't they incapable of change, Brian?
I think they are incapable.
Well, I think the biggest issue is that this is something that Tox has talked about quite a bit. Is the unions? I think the unions is what really kind of hamstrung Hollywood.
But you look at the films from the 80s and the 90s, and you had 2 minutes worth of credits.
Yeah.
And then you get into the 2000s, and then suddenly you've got 2.5 hours worth of credits.
Go back to the 1950s.
My prop department's 2 people. Now I've got the assistant to the executive assistant to the vice assistant to the assistant best grip. That's where those things are. It's just the unions.
They're longer than the movie sometimes.
Hey, no, you guys calm down. You're talking about film. Let me talk about video games where credits are like you have to fast forward through them by pulling the right trigger.
Video games are the bane to existence. We know this. Outside of Pong.
That's not what I said.
No, I know why I said that.
Back to Pong.
I can play Pong again on screen. We did that.
I love Pong.
I'm gonna get this real quick from Pinochet for $1. Says, and Trump administration is under no obligation to protect unfair media. Yeah, I agree.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Nope.
I think what you're seeing is the result of the greed that going to streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so
exactly.
They went to streaming thinking I'm going to make a shit ton of money.
No.
And they didn't because the advertising model is the only thing that works.
Yes.
Yeah. And that necessitated them trying to save money because you were spending $400 million on Snow freaking White, Snow Brown, whatever. And you can't do that and survive.
Yeah.
Because there were not enough people going out to see. You don't have enough butts and seats anymore. No. You had COVID. People stopped going. I now have these subscription services, which are now costing an arm and a leg. They used to cost $4.99.
Everybody's getting rid of it.
Yeah.
Now they're arm and a leg. All of a sudden, I tried YouTube TV for a month. It was $80, and there were commercials.
Yeah,
F that.
Okay, hang on, dude. First off, it's in the name. It's YouTube TV. That is literally television. It's not.
Yes, but the reason that I dropped Hulu and Disney Plus for my live TV and all that is that they were going to charge me $150 a month, and they were going to put commercials in.
Yeah.
And every time I played the Disney Plus app on my TV or on my desktop, it screws up the sound, and they won't use my Bluetooth connected surround sound system on the TV. So they tried to get greedy, thinking that streaming services and the binge model was going to be all this. So the argument between
I would say the difference is that
Gary on binge model
with YouTube TV is that it's terrestrial television, but it's being streamed to your television rather than.
That's a great point. It's a great point.
The minute you charge somebody for a product, your license to distribute commercials to them has expired.
Yeah,
you no longer have that ability.
But they have now. What are the most popular things that people are watching now?
Old
Tubi.
shows, the old shit.
Yeah.
Tubi that was, and why? Because they were made, well, because they're better, but they were also made for the commercial that you have to make it profitable. So I get to sit there and I watch 5 minutes of the show, and I watch, 8 minutes of the show, then 2 minutes of commercials, then 8 minutes of the show, 2 minutes of commercials.
Yeah, but when you buy a season of television, Talks, and you can binge, MASH, let's say. Let's use MASH as the example. You can binge MASH all 10 seasons, 11 seasons of that, or whatever it is.
20 somewhat season.
Yeah, it felt like forever. But, that's no commercials. I can watch all, and here's the weird thing. You realize just how compromised television became when you went from half-hour episodes where TV was 28 minutes to TV being 22 minutes and 8 minutes being commercials. It's like
you used to have 50 episode seasons, 40 episode seasons.
I mean,
we got 30, then it went down to 20.
Well, the 26 eventually became the standard for the better part of 3 decades. And then we ended up with what? 8 episodes in a season? Fuck you.
Yeah.
So speaking of fuck you, I'd like to know what Freddie thinks of this.
Me too.
Weirdly, I have a super nuanced take on this. So you mentioned Tubi. Now, as the resident animation guy, there's a pretty big thing Tubi just did, and in Talks' favor as well, is to legally watch a bunch of these really good Cartoon Network shows, and I'm talking things like Johnny Bravo, like classics.
Nice.
That you're like, you know what I'm saying? That you're like, oh, I want to see that. You couldn't. Because they took them off of the Warner Brothers services, they took them off, and Tubi just bought a bunch of these. And so I've been using Tubi every day because I'm making videos again, everyone. I've been using Tubi every day. Like, they have Men in Black, the original, nothing after that. The second's okay. But that's the thing is they are saving animation. To get to my point, and by buying all of these things, putting them on a commercial basis and going, oh, well, you can watch this for free with commercials. That's fair enough to me. I think that everyone here can agree. It's like, and when people complain, like people like Moist Critical, I respect him, but I get so upset when he goes
Moist Critical. That sounds like he's about to have a female orgasm.
Oh, right. Sorry, you're old. Penguin Z0. He's a big YouTuber, one of the biggest at the moment, and he's always like, "Oh,
this YouTube thing's not going to pan out." I tell you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I wish. Anyway, this guy, is always complaining about how YouTube has too many ads, or he goes, "Oh, well, YouTube should allow for ad blockers." But brother, the little ones out here, we're making a lot of our money based on that. I understand you're a multimillionaire now, but don't screw all of us on the back end.
Wait, you call me your brother. Do you know something about my dad I don't? I'm going to call him up.
Okay, all right.
Brother, at least it wasn't your mum. At least it wasn't your mum.
Dad, do you like raccoons?
But yeah, that truly. So yeah, I'm very supportive of that, and I do appreciate weekly model. By the way, weekly model.
I think there's room for both, right? Because as Culture was saying, if I really like a show, I'll buy the CDs, DVDs, and watch them.
Well, not only that, Talks, but you can still binge weekly release shows, right? I mean, all you do is you just go and rewatch after the season's done. You can watch every single episode
again. Nick was saying that last time he was going to do that with the Pendragon cycle.
Yeah.
He's going to wait till they're all out, then I'll buy just 1 month, and then boom, watch it all.
And that's what I do now. It's like, look, I need to be informed on what this was. Like, I'm not going to watch it week to week because I'm not going to review it week to week, and I could give 2 shits. But if I get 1 month of the service, I can binge this in 5-6 days, or I get a trial. I'm going to binge this and look at some other stuff that might be available, and then I'm going to be done. So, like that's where that binge kind of a thing works. But look, I want to turn this back into the AI conversation and just say that China's backing down.
Yeah. So that was the big thing is that we saw, the videos last week. Hollywood was like, oh shit, this ain't good. And a lot of people in the industry are fucking recognizing it too. Yeah. And of course, China is backing down, and you, I guess, sent me the article about ByteDance backing down.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. ByteDance to curb AI video app after Disney legal threat. Yeah, which makes sense because of the whole thing with Captain America.
Well, it's also because Disney has a theme park there. Like they would have listened to Universal / Comcast also. But the point being is that everybody knows where their bread is buttered and they need an economy. They need people to be able to still make money. And that's where some of this comes into play, I think, is the idea that people still need to do something until they realize eventually they're not going to be allowed to do anything. As human beings,
that
we need
almost
to understand.
Made sense.
We need to understand that in the near future, we won't have the same kind of purpose we did before.
Yeah.
Mechanical folks will, like plumbers and electricians and HVAC guys, stuff like that. But even those folks will eventually,
like Robert De Niro in Brazil,
or so from now, will be replaced by automation, whether it be a robot of any iteration. So you realize in the United States we are outlawing any foreign robots. We're good with our own robots, but
that
foreign robots
makes sense.
No bueno.
Yeah.
Patriotic robots. That's right.
Well, no, I mean, just think if the president ordered a robot from China and it came with a kill order. Come on. I mean, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
But
we've got
by the time you found out, it would be too late.
Yeah. But yeah, it's really interesting, and the issue I think people need to understand is that the AI genie has been let out of the bottle and it's not going back in.
It's not going back in the bottle.
But it will die on the vine.
Maybe.
I wish you were right, but I have one on my laptop that is standalone.
Yeah, that's fine. It will be limited by the physical nature of your laptop. The one thing that, if you really are concerned about the AI stuff and everything, you should read about the Voyager 2. Okay? Voyager 2 is the farthest object that we have sent out ever.
Yeah.
And it is coming back and telling us just how incredibly hard it is to get in between space.
Yeah.
To get from solar system to one to a different one and all that. And there's so much magnetism and gravity around us. The whole SETI at home thing that I used to do with the signals coming down, those radio signals, they're not even getting out to anyone. Anywhere close. So there's a physical limit to the universe. There's a physical limit to the things that we do.
Yeah.
And us and other. There's a physical limit to how much you can do with AI. And until quantum computing, which they've been talking about since the 70s, and there are massive issues, actual laws of physics issues with that.
Quantum communication is, the other.
I mean, never happen in any of our lifetimes.
Every technology has a peak, but I don't think AI is there yet. I think
AI is going to be limited by power generation.
That's
so you've noticed
that
two
right
things
there
that
is the
have
truth.
Gone away, right?
Yeah.
Climate change. So you don't hear anybody scream about climate change anymore, except culture's shown us yet another hoax in the climate change thing. You got to fix your video now.
Yeah.
Because we have another hoax now that you need to add. And then
is it Greta Thunberg?
Greta Thunberg. How dare me?
Yeah.
And the other one is alternative energy. You're not hearing a damn thing about it anymore.
No.
Why? Because it doesn't generate enough power.
Yeah.
Now you're hearing more rumblings about nuclear and nuclear energy. Because they need
nuclear.
Nuclear.
And here's
Get out
the
of here,
thing.
Lucky Charms.
Talks.
I love you. Nuclear.
I love you.
Iraq's nuclear threat.
I love you, but the only guy on the planet right now that's capable of launching a power plant into space for AI generation and what's that thing where they keep a lot of data?
And company UI is the shit.
Who can't keep his dick out of crazy.
Clouds in space.
I'm just saying,
But
you know what?
The greatest thing Elon showed us is that if you have enough money, you can stick your dick in crazy.
Yes. And you'll pay for it. You'll pay for it.
He's fine paying for it. You guys don't understand that. Look.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. The amount of money that he's like paying these people are probably more money than we'll make in a lifetime.
If he's a trillionaire, I don't think he worries about. But the interesting thing is he's taking the rest of that money and he's going to put power stations with data centers attached in space.
Mm-hmm.
And then
giant mirrors to focus the sun to squash the flies.
Yeah.
Or the ants.
And also heat up planets. That's the other thing. When he gets to Mars, he's gonna one of the plans to terraform Mars is like out of like what was the name of that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Total Recall.
Total Recall.
Yeah. He's going to terraform Mars by melting Mars.
But the first thing he has to do then is give Mars a magnetic field. Without a magnetic field, all of that
it
would
has
be useless.
a magnetic field.
It's just a very weak one.
Well, if you've been watching a lot of what's going on with the space program, so SpaceX has completely pivoted to moon base.
Oh, yeah.
It was never really in his plans. He was always saying, skip the moon, go to Mars, skip the moon, go to Mars. Until SpaceX developed. Remember I was telling you a couple of months ago, maybe it was 6 months ago, it was the space suit that kept us from the moon because the moon dust is like sharp and tears everything.
Mm-hmm.
SpaceX has developed a spacesuit that will address that and will last against that.
I thought they were taking talks. I thought they were taking a different approach. Elon was going to invent a giant vacuum cleaner to vacuum up all the dust from the moon.
He could.
So just suck all the dust off the moon, and then you don't need the special suit.
I think he was calling it Manuel's hammer.
The big moon sucker.
I thought it was Sarah somebody's
moon sucker.
Moonsucker.
Silverman's vagina.
Wow.
Speaking of Sarah Silverman's vagina, there's something I wanted to get in here. I love Zorro. I grew up with Zorro watching on the Disney shows back before, when they were.
I remember that cartoon from the 80s.
Exactly. The guy, all that stuff.
Or maybe it's a cartoon, 70s.
But there was the Disney cereal that they had in black and white. It was great. I saw this on Bounding into Comics, and J.B. Augustine wrote this one. There's a French reimagining of Zorro. So there's nothing that says, screw you, neighbor, like the French taking Spain's greatest hero and reimagining
Technically, it was California's greatest hero.
No.
He was Spanish. He was
Spanish.
Yes, but in California.
He was Castilian.
Yeah, but he was in California.
Yeah.
This was a great movie.
So as he's played by a Frenchman, is the first thing he does at the first episode is surrender?
He does. He surrenders. So it's this guy. Okay. Yes, so it's French actor Jean Dujardin.
That's good.
He won an Oscar for The Artist.
That was great.
And the Golden Globe for The Wolf of Wall Street. Right.
Great movie. Yeah.
He was Don Diego de la Vega. He now wants to be Zorro, but instead of it, rather than fighting corruption from the shadows, this version of De La Vega attempts to confront it in the open, stepping into public office as a new battleground. So he's taking Zorro from the Robin Hood to being Zorro the politician. That's what France does to shit.
Fuck you for telling me this.
No. It's going to be. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
Well, okay, and this isn't a reimagining. This is like him later in life, right? Because at this point,
no. This is him deciding he's not going to be a bad guy. He's going to run for office. Imagine
dude,
it's 1821.
It's
1821, and he's going to be mayor of Los Angeles, which has just broken free of Spain.
Hey, look, I'm going to tell you.
Faces a financial crisis caused by greedy businessmen.
Oh,
to confront him, he has to put the mask back on and write again for the first time in 20 years. So, yes, it's 20 years later.
Yep.
So this honestly is.
And the article does bring it up, too, that it was written by an American.
This is a Gavin Recovery movie.
However, this guy, he has the creds. He did some really good films.
He can do it.
It just, to me,
why with Zorro?
Oh, wait, what is this? Oh, wait, that's different. Okay.
That's an ad.
Yeah, that's an ad.
Make a new story.
That's an ass. But I'm actually looking forward to this. And then he goes off into something about Daredevil or whatever.
Well, no, it's basically they said that the idea or the concept is very similar to what they did with Daredevil. Basically, where Daredevil basically hangs up the mask and becomes mayor.
That fucking sucks.
The same basic
I
thing.
hated that. I guess. Sorry,
Well,
maybe that's me.
hey, look, you're gonna hate the next Spider-Man then.
I'm sure
Spider-Man sucks anyway. We don't have to watch it. But Zorro, French Zorro, and it would be. I would like to. In fact, if Roland gets to 2,000 subscribers,
whoa!
I want him
We'll kill
to
him.
promise to watch this Zorro show in French with Spanish subtitles. That's
At
what
the same time.
I would like him to do.
Yes, that is a. You should make that promise right now.
Yes, and if you know Zorro, you know Alain Delon. Yes.
It's Antonio Banderas, damn it. That's my
Indeed.
Zorro.
Spider-Man is my mid. Yes,
Mid.
Godzilla and I are the same.
Oh, dude,
The best thing
Mark
about
Wade
Antonio
just shat
Banderas is
all
the
over.
blow-up doll that Cartman's mom had.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
And
Godzillionaire,
Spy
it's
Kids.
Mark Wade. Of course, everything he does mostly has been trash.
Yeah,
his
but he
stuff
just
sucks.
shat all
Just-
over Marvel this week. I mean, it's not
Did he?
new. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He has
I mean,
not yet begun to shat.
Yeah. I mean, he
So, anyway,
was
I
a
thought that was
competent
interesting.
writer at one point. Now he's just a fucking moron.
Exactly.
I'm interested. I
What's
want to see
James
that.
Cameron
So
done
there
in
we go.
10 years?
Okay,
I'm sorry,
I'm-
Talks.
Blue people.
No, I love all of
Smurfs.
you, but I'm medicated.
You crashing out? All right.
Can I get some of that?
Share. You should
We'll
share
we'll
with
get
us.
Grandpa out of here.
Dude, you don't understand. My heart rate is like in the floor. So if you think you can hang with 55 heart,
Did he mute himself or did I go mute?
He got mute. You're muted. I'm sorry. Cole.
You're muted.
I hear culture just fine.
Oh, he's not on.
No, on the stream.
I hear culture.
Yeah,
Oh.
He's got a
y'all,
black
it was,
screen.
It was.
It's me being the.
He's not lit up in
Yeah,
blue.
I don't know shit.
That's it. He is
Sorry.
now.
There
Talk
it is.
now, culture.
Okay, so yeah, so like when you take the medication I'm taking and your heart rate's 55, that's not fast. I'm gonna go to bed and take advantage of the
55.
nap time I'm being given. So I had a good time tonight. I love talking about AI and what our future looks like. It's not happy. I feel like I'm living in a
Well, that's
a
not
movie.
really good.
Living in a box. Living in a cardboard box.
No, I'm not down by the river yet, but I'm okay. But what I am worried about is my medical bills. So anyway, do check out the Culture Casino channel.
We'll have a
and
culture-a-thon. We'll raise some money.
We definitely need a culture-a-thon. And
Full body wax.
I had
Invite
a good
Cultural
time
Casino.
today. Somebody, by the way, in honor of the full body wax, I'm going to say this out loud. Somebody created an AI video of somebody having their entire beard lifted off their face.
Oh, I
with-
saw that. Oh, that
waxing.
was horrible.
That
made me
doesn't look
cringe.
comfy. Okay.
No, that was horrible.
And so in honor of that person who is very hurt right now, I'm not doing that. So I'm going to donate my hair, which is a record length.
Does that include the pubic hair?
No, because
It's
that's
all
Donating that to
pubic
They're,
hair.
they're used to make merkins.
Oh,
I bought that.
You bought that.
Charge
check
Freddie
out my
bought it.
channel.
Leg.
If you're not already a subscriber, you should be. Double
Culture's
check
beard
because a lot of
hair.
people have been unsubscribed. They
That,
should be-
that keeps happening to me too. I've
Well,
Makes me
lost well over 200 subs as a
I,
result of
I
that.
have the opposite problem. I keep unsubscribing from your channel, and somebody keeps resubscribing me.
I
really
keep
annoying.
buying you gift memberships. Is what
Hey,
it
look,
is.
I'm just trying to get to 50K, and if you guys could help, that would be great. I'm going to bed. Love y'all.
See you, brother.
Before you leave culture, I want to show you two people that probably had a worse day today than you did.
Well, hang on. I mean,
Oh.
we need to add him back in, or did you? Hang on.
Oh.
There we go. There we go.
There we go. He's back, and here you
What's
go.
happening?
These two people probably had a
no.
worse President's Day than you did.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just
man.
unfortunate that
You
that's
realize
worked out that way.
Hillary looks like one of those lizard people from V now.
She was
Looks
always
like
a
it.
lizard person from V.
Exactly.
They,
And
those
and-
those lizard people from V were frightened of her.
Indeed.
Come-
I'm
Kamala-
frightened of her.
Kamala is the most likely to kick her heels up, but anybody can help her.
Indeed.
Every time I've seen an image of Kamala,
Cackle
I
Barrel.
can smell the stank of her
Cackle
vagina.
Barrel.
That's
I was
just how
always
it works.
very proud of her during the whole George Floyd thing. She used to take a knee regularly.
Oh, on that
Two of
note,
them
good,
even.
good
That's
night,
a
culture.
hard
Take
joke
care,
for her to
buddy.
swallow.
Love you guys. Have a
See you
great one,
Thursday.
guys.
Bye.
See you, Culture.
Legend.
His blood pressure's low because it's running to the wrong place.
That was pretty good. I like that. I was going to say every woman needs a merkin made out of his beard.
I was just going to say he wasn't going to get a full body wax.
Yeah, it's because he's a
There's not enough wax.
Not enough wax, man. Not enough wax.
wax in the world.
Emo wax in the world.
I could see that Bill Paxton was still alive.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Bill Paxton. I'm
You
just
know
glad
who else? Rest in
he didn't
peace.
live long enough to see the shittiest of current entertainment.
They got out
yeah,
easy.
R.I.P. Robert Duvall.
Indeed.
Hit the dust.
That's sad.
It
That was
is.
from Deeple for $1 and got the same thing from Sabretooth Raptor. Send an email, R.I.P. Duvall. Yeah.
Think of all the
It's
films
funny
he was in.
because I
Yeah.
don't want to
He
laugh.
did live to 95, though.
My wife said, "What did he die of?" I said, "He was 95." For God's sake.
Well, he's
exactly.
Died of waking up and going, I'm done with this shit. That's what he died of.
Fuck this shit. I'm out, boys.
That's all right.
What 70s? You're 94, and Roland, you're what 96?
Come
You
on,
guys
90.
are getting
I'm not a
right
day
up
over
there.
93. You liar. What, are you blind?
Get up, Freddie.
Indeed.
Roland
All right,
is
Dad,
three
please, I'm
times his
sorry.
penis size, so
If
he's
you were my
9.
if you were my great grandson, I'd bend you over and spank you for that.
I could.
He might
be,
like
to be
it. That's the
fair.
problem.
So Lizzie might like it. Yeah.
All right. We're going to hit Super
Well,
Chats and then we're going to
promise
start talking
him a
about Night of
good
the Seven
time.
Kingdoms.
All right. Super Chats and then what, sir?
Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Oh, so, okay. So we're not going to do any of the other
No,
whatever articles.
we might be able to hit one more before that.
Okay.
TVG Monster for $5 says, "Hi everyone. Night of the Seven Kingdoms is incredible. The last scene, a flashback to something Gary said during F&T, and like, oh no, yeah, yeah, lot to unpack with that episode." TVG Monster for another $2. Then I'm reminding Starfleet Academy exists. Oof, yeah,
Why'd you remind us, TVG?
Short Fleet
Come on.
Academy.
yeah. Short Bus Academy.
Short Bus Academy.
That's basically what it is. Roland T. Wretched for the big $100. Thank you, Roland. So here's some extra money so you can buy Relooted or a lesbian's night tale. That will be purchased, sir, as soon as it comes out in March. Or perhaps you should play High Guard before it goes away, since it's a live service game. Fuck that. They have lost 98% of their players and just fired 90% of their their devs. Yeah, what happened, Roland? I mean,
And you know whose fault that is, Roland? Our fault as gamers.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
our fault.
It is.
White
it is,
men.
Absolutely.
All
White
you white
male
men.
gamers'
gamers. Yeah.
We didn't want to play your shitty game.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
To
a
heretic.
heretic, so
worry.
there's no
In-
telling I'm
in the
white.
he who has
forthcoming-
the gold makes the rule. Yeah, that's
In
true.
the
That's golden
forthcoming
rule.
socialist dictatorship, we'll be forced to play all games.
Yeah, that's from Saturday, Ian. Heretic and Tina decided that they were going to give me grief, that I always make you play bad things and I like torturing you. And this is my commentary on it. First of all, if you want to stop me, well, then reach into your pocket and stop me.
Damn.
Believe me, if you
Wow.
just
What a flex.
come,
Whoa,
if you just
wait a
put
second.
up,
I did that, and this bastard still owes me 2 hours of fucking playing Pong.
I agree, actually.
I never agreed to that.
no, he never.
did.
He didn't. I
You
tried to get him
said
to.
whoever
though,
had enough,
but,
the
Father,
most super
please.
chats on Thursday got to pick Friday. I put out the most super chats on purpose, and I said Pong, and
I
you
agree with him.
reneged like a little girl.
We're gonna fucking sue your ass,
But Roland,
comics.
Roland's right. Pull the pockets out. Pay for Ian. Tell that bitch to dance. I mean, oh wait, did I say that out loud? Shit.
And the other thing is if the roles were reversed, Ian would do the same thing to me.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because he's already done it. Because he's making me watch Cocktail 2 when it comes out.
To be fair, you kind of did to yourself.
That was all me.
I just encouraged it.
That's right. No, are we doing Cocktail 2? Is that coming out with Tom Cruise in it?
No, it's a Bollywood movie.
It's a Bollywood movie. I didn't even like Slumdog Millionaire, okay? I thought it was way overrated. So I just can imagine what I'm going to think of this movie. Yeah, I'm a racist.
That sounds like Toxic's
I'm an
favorite.
Oppressive colonizer, okay? I've already heard this.
Shut up, colonizer.
It sounds like a movie. It sounds like a movie Toxic would like, though. A Cocktail.
I came up one Indian short.
Yes, I loved A Cocktail. It was great. Roland, I am going to say, you said something about, well, we doing this and all that. And I'm like, what do you mean we, white man?
Yeah, exactly.
Colonizer ways. Of course, I'm
like I said,
Roland
I came up one Indian short. Okay,
Roland was rooting for Ray Stevenson in RRR.
Yes, he was. I outlasted you just by that much.
That's funny.
Freaking.
All right,
what are you, French?
Jason Sandberg for $1 says nothing.
Jason,
hope your comic book is doing well, dude. Randall Orser.
Yes, Jupiter, everybody. Go check out Jason's Jupiter.
Gifted 10
Great.
Comics Division
what,
memberships.
10 memberships? Holy crap. You know what?
And Matt got one, and he's not even here.
Way to go, Mad. Watch out for Canada.
Watch his
it's
live,
just north of Minnesota.
Mad's lives are good, by the way. Brahma's always on them. Legit.
Slightly to the east of China.
Indeed. Randall also gifted 10 Canadian pesos. Thank you, sir. Says, instead of Starfleet Learning Center, I married the Anti-Fan, a K-drama about an idol who does a reality show with his Anti-Fan. Okay. They end up together. It was really good. Interesting.
That's how Comics and I got together.
Indeed. He's my Anti-Fan. Not sure.
Kind of.
That's really gay.
I'm Comics is Antifa? That didn't sound
Razor
good.
made you rich as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
What?
See, that's American money, better than Randall's Canadian dollars.
Yes.
I think we
Razor
just wipe off Canadian
Burn
dollars.
for $2. Hey, poor. Hey, poor. You don't have to be poor anymore.
Amen to that.
Yep. Great
American
fucking
money.
song. We already got the Robert Duvall stuff. Got Pinochet. I don't think I got this one. Pinochet for $1. They should strike. Do it. Yeah.
The film.
Well, odds are they're going to, and it's going to be their death nail. And back to what we're talking about, the whole thing with AI, and did Hollywood accelerate it? No. But what it's going to do with them striking in the bad movies, it's going to accelerate them being replaced by AI.
Yes.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, the train is runaway. So it's runaway. There's a certain point where you can get off and still survive. And the people are left in Hollywood and pretty much Georgia now are the ones who didn't get off the train.
Yeah. Even though they threatened to get off the train with Georgia, but
they're never going to, no, they're just going to strike, go around. We got to have our free stuff and then whatever. Make me the shitty films. There are great actors out there, and Romy's one of them. Okay. She's great at act. There's some really good. I thought that Ben Kingsley was great in Wonder Man. What a slow fucking show that put me to sleep multiple times, except for him.
Yeah, he was great. And the other actor, the lead actor, was also good too.
They were both very good together. I would like to see more shows with them.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. They're not pairing people up like that anymore.
Yeah.
And the one thing that gets me about the AI, Parks and Rec, or whichever one it was that had the guy that was in Guardians of the Galaxy,
Parks
Chris Pratt.
and Rec.
Yeah, it's Parks and Rec.
All the funny lines, they all admit, all the best funny lines that they had on the show was him ad-libbing.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. The one where he goes, I don't know what the cannot reach this side or whatever that one. It was all ad-libbed. They admit all their funny lines came from him ad-libbing something, and he would break up the entire cast, make them laugh. The stuff he'd come up. He actually had Amy Poehler open the door and him naked. Remember that episode? He was
No,
actually naked.
I never watched Parks and Rec.
Well, let's say so. Until AI can be improv.
Well, okay. This is the thing where a lot of people don't understand is that a lot of that improv is going to come from people putting it into the prompt. That's where it's going to come from.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I think the main thing that a lot of people don't understand is the creativity is going to be your prompt engineering when it comes to, hey, I got a really great idea for a scene. Let's workshop it. And you go and prompt it and you go and create it.
And you can do that and have it as a muse, but you still have to have that original idea. AI is just going to sit there.
Yeah.
Until something else happens.
And I'm not going to say it's only as good as the individual prompting. That's partially true. Because the whole thing is that, especially when it comes to generative images and whatnot, all that's being done through basically noise creation, and the noise gets refined down. There's a lot of really interesting science to how generative AI works and what it sees in the noise and how it goes and generates it. And I remember very early on when I was looking into the stuff, how these guys created a movie one frame at a time using, 1111, automatic 1111, whatever that thing's called. I'm totally blanking on it. Stable diffusion. And it was really interesting how they did it. And now we've gotten to the point where these guys are creating a short film, image by image, to video being created in 3 years. And I think that going back to what you're talking about, the whole thing with improv and whatnot, you could write a script, feed it into AI, and it will probably go and create it. And obviously you give it cues to do certain things. That's where I think the creativity is going to come from going forward.
But it's not going to come from the AI.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the point. The creativity doesn't come from the inanimate object that doesn't have life.
Right.
And that's kind of where we are.
Yes.
So it's kind of like Roland. He's just inanimate and doesn't have life.
Well, he's an NPC in your simulation.
That is a nice shirt he's wearing, though.
How am I not alive?
I
mean, we've literally met him in person.
Oh, that's true.
That's true. That is true.
Exactly. Three of the 4 other panelists have seen me and met me. So how am I not?
It left an indelible impression.
And I am never meeting Freddie. Yeah, and you
the
never
Crypt
will.
Keeper over here, by the way. By the way, in canon, you are dead, the Crypt Keeper. Please.
I'm not that old.
Give me a fucking break.
I'm not that old.
Let me tell you a story.
He's a Marine. He's constantly 32.
I wish I was 32.
Yeah. All right, real fast before we start talking about the Night of the Seven Kingdoms. This was an interesting article you sent over, Talks. Make sure it's. Let me pull it up a bit. Yeah, so there is this Oscar-nominated Iranian screenwriter. I'm not going to try and say this guy's name, but he was arrested recently for basically signing a anti-regime letter. So he's obviously not for the current regime. A lot of people in Iran want democracy, which is thankfully not being brought to them by us, because typically when that happens, it doesn't work out right.
Does not work away. No.
Yeah, this is something I've always talked about with regime change. It has to want to come from the people, because if we come in and give people democracy, typically it doesn't work out. I mean, case in point, Iraq. But yeah, so he went and signed this anti-regime letter and has been arrested by his government. And the thing that always drives me nuts about these stupid people on Twitter or these talking heads in Hollywood talking about, oh, Trump's a tyrant. He's a dictator. It's like, no, he's not. Because you're able to go on the social media, you're able to go and express your opinion and your dislike of the current administration. This man signs a letter and is fucking jailed. Now that is tyranny. That is a dictatorship.
And it's an Iranian jail.
Yeah.
So It's way worse than one of ours.
Yeah.
So yeah, I saw this and it was just, there are real places in the world where people have to have actual courage. And this is one of them.
Fair enough.
And it's sad. This guy's done a couple of really great films. He's stood up and he's standing up for his people.
Mm-hmm.
And they are putting him in prison. Who knows what's going to happen? But they just basically demanded the present system of government be replaced by a more democratic model, warning that failure to do so will plunge the country into a devastating cycle of violence. That's all they did. And he's fighting against a religion that wants to oppress him.
No, he's fighting against the theocracy.
Well, yeah, but the religion is in control of the government.
That's what theocracy is.
The government. Yeah,
That's the definition.
That's literally the definition.
Yes.
Don't you guys bully my friend. Talks has been nice to me lately.
I just,
Fuck you.
Not everyone in the chat knows that.
That's why.
Yeah.
Fair
Everybody on the panel does either, motherfucker.
He's more specific. Who are you talking
It's
about?
a techno-theoretic organic suck my ass comics. That's what kind of religion it is. That's right.
Talks learned a new
Doing
word
in your
today.
religion.
Theocracy.
He's kissing my ass in my religion is what he's doing. Comics is the piss boy in my piss boy. Oh, piss boy.
It's good to be the
It's
king.
good to be the king.
Boy.
So, yet again, turning this
Hey,
brave
Brahma.
man's pain into our humor. This is the kind of stuff that we need to watch out for and we need to show. And whenever one of these kids or somebody saying their life's hard, I'm like, yeah, look at this. And you could be a Jan 6er or this guy. And they disappear people for that kind of stuff. So, but hopefully he gets out.
Yep.
And here he is with Elvis. This is the Iranian Elvis, I think.
The Iranian Elvis.
I don't know. Roland, you can read all this shit, right?
Is that what you're talking about? The Iranian Elvis?
I do confirm the
What
article said
in
the
that?
Iranian Elvis.
Which one's Elvis?
Actually, looks more like Eddie Van Halen.
There it is.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, it could
That's
be.
pretty good.
Most classic cameras.
Well,
Those
now
are
I
actual
understand
film
it.
cameras they used.
Indeed. But
Oh,
yeah.
Yes, I see. Scribble,
It's-
scribble, scribble, scribble. Yes.
Indeed. But yeah, it's that takes some balls. That really does. Like I've said before, going to an award ceremony and saying something that you know that everyone's going to agree with you on is not brave.
Indeed. There's nothing
And they
brave
were
or
reneging
stunning.
when the Indians actually show up wanting your house. Yeah.
Or the Australian.
Well, the Australian who
And
got
asking
deported.
them to be deported.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he didn't even get out of the airport.
Mm-hmm.
So
Shows the level of
apparently
commitment
Billie
Billie
Eilish
Eilish has.
does. Apparently, Billie Eilish does support ICE.
She does.
She's got
You
them on
didn't know
speed dial.
That's what I heard.
that? Okay, now you're going to start talking about this show of the seven fucking dongs or whatever it
Night
is.
of the Seven Dongs. Now I gotta
yeah,
leave.
but since Roland mentioned he didn't make it out of the airport, the FAA is putting DEI in the crosshairs. Oh, and God, the ads. The ads are all about volleyballers' asses. I don't even.
Oh, no.
That's terrible.
The FAA threatens any airline that doesn't hire by merit. Thank fucking God.
It's about fucking
Yes.
time.
It's about
No
time.
shit.
There's only one problem with that, Talks. The airlines haven't got anybody left that can read. So they
Oh,
can't read.
crap. It's over. It's over. But I saw that and I said, hey, we're going to be winning for another 3 years before somebody else gets in and does something. There
I
it is
don't
again.
think they I think
So
they should,
let's get into these personalized ads real fast. These are not these are not random ads, guys. Let's throw that out there.
What's that one there about anal fissures?
I don't know. Look at
cream.
this.
Oh, that's for me.
5
Sorry.
poses that changed everything. This is great. Just the stuff I want to have. Mrs. Flu comes walking out.
I mean,
I am going to tell you this, though. Mrs. Flu, when she was in high school, was a gymnast and could do that. So, good thing she's asleep.
You see, I think I think they should hire both DEI and merit-based and allow you to choose the aircraft you want to fly on and adjust the
right.
ticket price accordingly. So you want to
Fund
pay
to
an extra,
safety.
because now you pay for all your bags and you pay for everything now extra. They should say, do you want this plane or that one over there with the merit-based crew for $200 more a ticket? And
Well,
let people choose. Give people a
I think
choice.
that'd be great. Because Delta, the joke was back in the day before we had all this internet spangled stuff. Delta used to have this. Their jingle was "We love to fly," and it shows.
Yes, they did.
Then it was just "We love to fly." Then it was Delta. We get you there.
It just became we love.
Yeah.
That's right. And the next one was going to be
Delta.
Most
Delta.
of
We
the
get
time.
you close.
Then it
They
became
get you there
Delta.
most of the time.
Yeah, get that
Delta
ad
Carnival
bigger.
of the Skies.
Release
That's
that
right.
McCracken is right, and big in that ad on the right hand side, will you?
Well,
gone.
now they're gone.
Oh, there it is.
What?
I'm
And
sorry.
release
about
that McCracken. I just wanted to say I did play your Sheeplander video on my show today several times. So,
Oh, the cheap lander.
the Sheeplander, yeah,
Sheeplander.
Sheeplander.
Cheap
Is this like
Sheeplander.
Outlander but with sheep?
Yes,
No,
I was
Highlander.
thinking
was
Zoolander.
cheap.
very funny. Funny spoof trailer he made. Yeah, Sheeplander.
Nice. All
And
right,
Robbie
let's.
did a Merkins of Love ad.
So if you're
Oh
going to talk
my
about that show, I'm going
God.
to drop out because I haven't seen the show.
That's right. Give me the chance.
Get out of here.
I'm still
you-
watching Korean show Taxi Driver season 3.
But it's
so-
your ancestors. This is the true history of Scotland, I thought.
probably. Yeah. None of my ancestors were
Holy
knights.
shit,
They were all the
Robbie.
ones. My ancestors weren't knights. They were the ones in Monty Python, just picking up the shit as the knights rode by.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's been real. Thank you. I got to go to bed now because you're going to talk about a show I haven't seen, and I'm very, very tired. I'm not well. Not a well man. But anyway, stuff. Go check out my channel. There's lots of stuff in it. Shorts. Lots of shorts every day. Freddie leaves nice messages. So does Talks. They leave nice comments on my shorts.
This guy's famous now.
You have great shorts.
I have great shorts, yes. Very tight. I keep them tight, the shorts.
I
So
like that you've been pulling out the Queen.
Wasn't that
7-inch
considered
albums.
certain
Well, I'm-
things?
I'm through my Queen vinyl now, and then I went on to the Revillos and then Jonathan Richman and the Modern Lovers. And
Nice.
tomorrow I might be onto the Rolling Stones tomorrow. And I'm going to see Megadeth on Friday. So
Oh, nice.
Hey.
Megadeth,
That's a good
Anthrax, and
bill.
Exodus is the bill. Three act lineup. It's a good
Exodus.
one.
Oh, yeah.
So I may survive that or I may not. Who knows?
I saw almost that exact same show. It was Megadeth,
Megadeth,
Anthrax,
Anthrax.
and Pantera.
Oh, see, that would be even
Nice.
better. That would have been even better. That
It
would
was
have been-
awesome.
I
That
saw
would be sweet. Yes.
Megadeth, Testament, and Judas Priest, and Suicidal Tendencies. All in the
Oh,
same
it's a great
show.
bill. Yeah, great.
I
bill.
also saw
What are these
Megadeth.
names?
I also saw Megadeth one time in basically a converted basketball gym, like high school basketball gym
Wow.
size.
Awesome.
Apparently,
That's
Randall's tired of
awesome.
hearing me talk.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to look at me any longer. Farewell. See you guys.
See you.
See you, Brian.
Bye.
I,
You wear shorts. Tight, tasty shorts.
I saw it. I saw his shorts.
Indeed.
Randall. Air Canada was fly the flag, but now they took the L out of it.
Yes.
Oh yes,
Oh,
Randall's a
that's
legend.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
right. There are only two kinds of music, country and western.
Yes.
One time I saw Anthrax and then Megadeth, but they weren't bands. Please continue.
It was a
in that
powder.
order.
In that
Yeah.
order, yeah.
Indeed.
Megadeth wasn't so bad, but Ministry was good.
Oh, dude, I've seen Ministry twice.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I've seen them 3 times.
And Judas Priest
The
was
last time I saw them was 2018. Yeah.
This
Needless to
was-
say, that was probably going to be the last time I see Ministry.
Yes. This was in 1991.
I saw them in 89 during the Mind's a Terrible Thing to Taste tour. Initially.
This was it was a metal tour that they were doing, and they just had all of them there. It was an all-day thing.
Yeah. The
festival.
band that opened for them was KMFDM, which is pretty
wow.
badass. Yeah. It's
Those
pretty
were the
fucking
days.
badass. Yeah.
And
Those
I went to
were
an
Megadeth.
AC/DC concert. I couldn't hear for a week.
I saw Megadeth at a festival as well one time, and the band that preceded them was Jackal,
Nice.
which is a weird mix.
Well,
But we had
Steve,
Rat before that, so we
Oh.
got to hear Round and Round, then Jackal, then Megadeth closing it out.
Right.
nice.
Rat had one hit. It could
Yeah.
have been Cinderella.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cinderella was
Same
actually
thing.
pretty good.
Cinderella had more hits than Rat.
They actually,
You
yeah,
like
they had more hits, and
Cinderella.
they were actually a very good band. I
You're
liked
talking about the Disney animated film, everyone.
No, we're talking
Correct.
Don't
about
need
the
the band.
band. You
No.
moron.
Moron.
Dude,
You
I mean,
listen to this.
okay, I'll be honest with you, dude. When Cinderella came out, you probably weren't even born yet.
No,
Nope.
not even. Absolutely. Well, you said a band in 89. You saw a show in 89. I was born in 95.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
wasn't even a swimmer in
now
Roland's balls.
that's a concert. Nirvana and the Butthole Surfers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in
Yeah, I
that
was
stuff.
born after good
Buzzcocks,
music.
all those guys back then.
Fucking Buzzcocks. Yeah.
There
All
was
right,
a-
let's talk about a Night of the Seven Kingdoms, folks. Let's go.
I've been trying to hold off.
I know. Very, very good episode.
Done well.
Eh,
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say was minus the
I
the
was not
interlude.
happy.
Minus
Yeah.
the 20-minute interlude or 15-minute interlude.
Brahma had to pull out and leave it on his back. It was awful.
I
Oh
didn't
my
like
God.
it. I understand that they couldn't have the whole 30 minutes being the battle. And
Yeah.
I did call exactly where it was going to end, because last week we were talking about it, and I said it's going to end with one specific event, and then we're going to see all the fallout. And that event,
Yeah.
I didn't want to, spoil what was
Yeah.
going to happen to Baylor, the whole, for everybody. So I just thought I didn't need the flashback at all. I mean, they could have spent a little bit more time with the tactics. They could have spent more time introducing some of the knights or giving us
Was the flashback in
anything
the
else.
book at all?
No, that's
Okay.
completely made up just to lengthen this episode
my
for the show to get
Okay.
it to the 6 episodes.
That and that honestly felt the most current year out of any of the episodes.
Well, she gets killed pretty quick.
She does get killed pretty quick, but okay. Once I get a whiff of annoying girl boss, and that's basically what she was. This is the thing that annoys me, is that if you create a female character and you can swap him out with a dude, then what's the point of creating the character? It might as well just be a guy.
Good. Could have been a guy friend.
Yeah. So
It's
because-
showing the reason why he was so quick to jump in and fight for Tanzel,
right.
because he wasn't able to
Right.
protect the other girl that he loved when he was young.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
But
That's the only reason they did this the way they did it. The character exists in the books,
okay.
but this flashback does not.
does not. Okay.
And they spent way too much time with him just following
her
Penny
around.
Tree.
Yeah.
No, Penny
Well,
Tree.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, that was
both sides.
ridiculous.
but
That took way too long too.
okay. So let's start from the beginning. Ron,
Yeah.
would you like to cue things up or roll?
Well, right at the beginning is where I have my biggest problem with this episode outside of the flashback.
Okay.
One of the things that they could have put in and did not was one of the main reasons why anybody had any hope of winning this battle against the Kingsguard and Makor and Arion. And that is Barry. Is it Barry? Yeah. Baryon, the one that gets his head cut off, or the back of his head bashed in. He
Baylor.
Oh, yeah.
Baylor, yeah. He actually explains one part of this is that the Kingsguard can't touch him, so he'll try to run defense on the Kingsguard
Right.
because he is of the blood. The other thing he says in the books, which is more important, is he gives them the tactics on how to win. So
Okay.
everybody on the other side is going to go with war lances. they're like 8 feet long. And because they're metal tipped, they're shorter than the regular jousting lances that they would use.
Mm-hmm.
So he has everybody arm up with the wooden lances, the jousting lances
that are longer,
because they're 10 to 12 feet long. That way, in that first volley, you would have extra time to get them off of their horse before they could make contact with you, because you had 4 extra feet of the lance. So
yes,
I hated that they took out the tactics.
Okay.
I mean, I'm fine with them leaving the Kingsguard thing in, but then the way they basically all ride at each other, he really didn't do much defense of anybody. I mean, the guy who asks him, isn't that kind of cheating? And he says, "We'll let the gods judge." Obviously, they do. But that guy who is worried about the tactics also is the one who got killed in that first, the first list. Or I don't know, the first charge.
No, Riesling doesn't die. Riesling was the crazy knight. The Mad Knight was the one that was worried about it, and he doesn't die. He survives.
That's okay.
It's Brisby and
it's the brother-in-laws.
Yeah, it's Brisby and what the hell is his name?
The 2 Humphreys.
Yeah, the 2 Humphreys. They both get killed on the first pass.
Beesbury and
the other thing, yeah, there you go, Harding. The other thing I didn't like is that Duncan had some inside knowledge as well that he should have shared with the group. And that was, you could basically ignore Dayron because he has no interest in this shit. And the moment he pulls his first pass, he's going to frickin' opt out. And they could have used that to their advantage as well by doubling up on Arion. And you could have had 2 coming at him because basically there's only 2 ways this ends. One side gets killed or the accuser relents.
Withdraws. Yeah. Which is ultimately what he does.
Those are the only 2 options.
Also didn't make sense the way they did it because Darion would have had to have also announced his withdrawal of accusation when he did decide to yield. But they only go with Arion having to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they're playing a little bit loose with the rules. I did not hate the episode. I thought the episode is great. It's a bad episode for this season, to me. I thought it was maybe a 7 or an 8 instead of a 9.
Yeah, the issue with it is it gets interrupted. The fight gets interrupted, and I'm fine with like a little bit of backstory of, I like how they intertwine the whole thing with his liege lord, because that's not what he was. What's his name? Pennytree. Where he's yelling, where he's basically yelling, "Get up!" Right, and you basically have Egg out in the crowd screaming for him to get up, and that's what kind of like motivates him to stand back up again. I was fine with that. It is the 10-15 minutes of him with this girl, and like I said, she just comes off as a girl boss to me. Annoying girl boss. Even if the character's real, it just the problem I have with these female characters, if you could change it out with a guy, what's the point? Okay, what's the point in even having the female character there to begin with? And that's where I'm at when it comes to entertainment. I
get that being the
walks like a girl boss, talks like a girl boss, I don't want to fucking see it.
But if there would have been girl street rats in Flea Bottom.
Right.
And they would have been looking for somebody bigger to protect them.
Mm-hmm.
She does come off a little bit girl bossy, but she
fucking leads Dunk around.
She's also, yes, because Dunk's an idiot.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's the reason
she has to take charge because Dunk's too stupid.
And again, I get that. The issue is because of everything that we've gone through with the last 10 years, if it walks like a girl boss, talks like a girl boss, I don't fucking care. Right.
I get it.
I don't want to see it.
I'm just giving you the reasons why I don't think she was necessarily a girl boss. I understand why you immediately are reflexively against it.
The problem is, if we didn't have the last 10 years of this garbage, I probably wouldn't fucking care. I'd be fine with it. But literally, it's been in everything. So it's like, even if it's appropriate now, I don't want to see it. I don't fucking care. I'm done with it. You ruined it. Okay?
Right.
You
God,
fucking ruined it. Great job, Hollywood.
Like me.
Yes.
But I get it. It's just certain things. I don't want to watch Spider-Man anymore. Why? Because they've done it to death. It's kind of like Journey. I've heard Don't Stop Believin' way too many. The only song that has been overplayed more than Don't Stop Believin' is Let's Dance by David Bowie. Put that in your pipes and smoke it. Now, back on to your floppy wiener show.
Well, and I see what you're getting at, Tickle Trunk. The issue is she didn't act like a woman. Okay. That's my problem.
No, she acted like a tomboy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can I say the young Dunk though was a great actor?
Oh no, he was perfect casting
and sound like they because also I found out Alexander Skarsgård when he was on SNL sounds like just us, like no accent. Obviously, his family's from the Netherlands or wherever the hell, so he's able to kind of do those accents. But the young like Dunk, great actor, great accent. I mean, on par. That's all that I can say. I just want to throw out there, though, the casting, small things in the show still make me appreciate where it's heading. Like the cast has been perfect, small things. But also, I also can't help but say I noticed she was a young girl of color leading him around. And I hate to be that guy, but I thought the same thing that you did comics where I was like, I can't get it out of my head. But I was surprised they killed her.
And ultimately, yes, she gets killed. The problem, like I said, is not the show. It's everything that came before it, guys. Okay, that's what ruins it. And again, let's talk about the ballerina again. Why did that movie fail?
Yeah,
it's not because it was a bad movie. Everyone's tired of girl bosses, right?
And that's the issue. It was presented in the trailer. That's exactly how. If they had presented it differently in the trailer, it probably would have done better. But that's the way they presented it, and people didn't show up. And it's not a bad movie. I mean, it's not a great movie, but it's not a horrible movie.
It's a popcorn flick like all John Wicks are.
Exactly. It is the same thing. If you would have watched any of the other John Wick movies, you would have watched this if you didn't think it was a girl boss.
Yeah.
But
and to Tickle Trunk's point, we are the sum of our experiences, dude. That's the problem. And that's why I said 10 years ago wouldn't have been a big deal. The problem is all the stuff that came before it ruined it for me. That's the issue.
Same.
You don't have to deal with her anymore.
Yeah.
These new Star Trek movies that they want to put out, I'm excited for them, but it's going to have to be really good. And I just don't trust them. And you just, you get abused by this stuff too much and off you go.
Yeah.
Do they mention her race in the book?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I wouldn't think they would. So it wouldn't matter.
Kind of like an afterthought type character.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and a lot of it too, it's like the way I would say they've been handling race in this is a little bit more on point because they're using women that are biracial for the most part. And in an area like that, you don't have like these weird like pockets of like really black people. Because I brought this up before. Anyone like that is going to probably have sex and get married to a white person, and their kids are going to be mixed, and eventually it's going to dilute out. So the way they've done it has been fine, in my opinion. And a lot of it goes back to the whole thing with geography. I talk about this a lot with
that's a big one.
Tabletop games and whatnot that I do. If you explain it in the world, it's fine. But the way they did it in like Rings of Power doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, with like a bunch of random black hobbits, random white ones.
Yeah,
or where with the sand hobbits. I'm sorry, but that's a big thing as well. As someone who plays these kind of games and cares about this, I don't care what color you are. Make it make sense. Yeah. Why do we have this mix of cultures in medieval times? Where did all of these black people come from? It's fine. Just tell me. Give me something because this. You go ahead. Sorry, Brahma.
On that, and this specifically, it's a fantasy world. This is the capital. It's outside of King's Landing is where the Blackfire Rebellion was put down, or this battle of it. So, I mean, you're going to have also these kids are like street urchins in the area that's called Flea Bottom. They're all pickpockets. These are the kids of whores, essentially. So you're going to see all kinds of whores.
Yes.
So they're going to have all kinds of kids.
Yep.
So
Totally.
Yeah, like I said, as long as it makes sense, I'm fine with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. Even in medieval times, if I'm sure there were some people procured as sex slaves. So
I'm sure.
you would have
want to know how.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
But we skipped over a little bit because we do have the opening volley of, we've got a little bit before Dunk actually gets knocked out.
Yeah.
So in the opening volley, you have the two that do go down, and that we already named them. Dunk does immediately get basically impaled, and that's because
does that also happen in the story?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. He also, it does take him a little bit to get going. I thought it was kind of a cool callback with Egg, how he had done that training montage. And the horse, in the book, the horse knows what to do. Because the horse is a war horse that has been trained for this. He would have taken off with everybody else at even the slightest urging from Dunk. But in the show, we do get the call back to the training montage where Egg tells him to go. The horse hears him, and that's when the horse starts kind of shuffling, and then Dunk finally kicks in. And remember, this is the first time he's actually seen any kind of battle.
No, I think the way Dunk acted made a lot of sense, because like with him vomiting, and like the one guy's like, greens,
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, it's, you don't know if you're going to live and die. Yeah. Green boys. Yeah. It's that totally makes sense. And the fact that Dunk hesitates being at his first battle makes a lot of sense too. I mean, you hear where he's, I love that helmet perspective where you hear the heavy breathing, and he's obviously very nervous. Yeah.
Yeah. The most amazing thing about Dunk in this episode was he did all of his acting with his eyes.
Yeah.
Like his face is fully covered except for the eye slit. Everybody else, I mean, most of the guys, you can see their faces to some degree.
Right.
When they're even shown, because we didn't get much of it.
So
go ahead,
I want
to
mention, so no. I this is just so important where we're at in this part of the story as well. And Brahma had kept it secret well. When I was like, the problem that I have with this show is I haven't seen Duncan fight. I said this maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was like, and it's cool. I understood we were building up to that, but my thing was, has he fought? Like, what's his? I know he's gotten beat up by the Knight, but what's his experience? That, and this episode, as an outside viewer, perfectly put me into this mindset of, oh wow, this guy is they didn't have to say it. No dialogue was said for me to go, men's heavy breathing. That's what he told us behind the scenes. I'm just saying. But
his name's the Troll for a reason.
Yeah, because he's completely serious all the time.
All the time.
That being said, see, WG is not a troll. I'm just saying. WG.
No, he's totally not a troll. He's never trolled us before.
But,
totally a serious guy.
Without telling me as a viewer, as an outside guy, didn't read it, I could tell it was his first time because of these things we're saying, the breathing, the way he's acting, as Brahma said, with his eyesight. And I'm glad that they took this long for him to get into a battle when it really meant something. And we are able to see without dialogue, oh, he's fucking fearful. He's scared. Thank God the horse had the training, as you mentioned. And that was... again, I know I keep saying this. We don't get media like this anymore. I didn't have to hear a bunch of fucking dialogue of, my name is Duncan, this is my first battle. It just did it, and they acted it, and it was done. And he, as getting back to, he got impaled and got fucked up. So
they did it.
Speaking of getting impaled, the first time only hurts a little.
It only hurts if you push back on the lance.
Indeed.
That's what I learned.
He does get impaled. They do go to fighting on foot because Arion also gets knocked off of his horse from the force of it. So they do a little bit of fighting. Then Dunk ends up getting knocked unconscious.
Well, the thing is, he breaks out the fucking flail and just goes to town on his fucking helmet. And even though his helmet does get battered quite a bit, it really kind of shows you, A, why it's a good thing to wear a helmet, and B, just because you're wearing a helmet doesn't mean that you're not going to get fucked up. or disoriented, because I thought they did a really good job of portraying his disorientation, right?
Yes.
With being hit in the head several times, and his ears are ringing, his eyes fucking puffed up. I mean, you eventually see that when he takes the helmet off. But
he
it's
gets
like
stabbed right in the eye right before he takes the helmet off.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
gets a blade through the eye slit.
Well, it doesn't go all the way in.
It doesn't go into his eye,
No.
but he does get stabbed like right here.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, and his eyes swell shut. The eye swells shut.
Yeah.
And perhaps
Thunder Lives copied Kitty. The horse is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the horse is
fine.
Although
fine.
There's one that doesn't. I think
one,
it was Lionel's.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lionel's got lanced during a charge.
That shows the armor.
And
the
that's
guy
at the
who's
end.
armoring him is really good as well. I thought that actually showed us the guy who's giving him free armor. Basically, I thought as a third point, it was like, oh, this guy knows what the fuck he's doing.
Well, okay, a lot of it too. A lot of the stuff that you actually see is it highlights where chainmail's weak at. Well, and a lot of where a lot of that armor is weak at, which is basically with piercing weapons, because the lance does pierce the mail, and there's times where he's basically hacking at him with a sword, and obviously it's going to hurt him. But it's not going
Arion
to
does a full swipe with Dunk's back facing Arion. Just goes completely at his back, and the chainmail turns it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if he's stabbed, it's a different situation.
He gets stabbed with small knives
he gets
times.
stabbed in the back. He gets stabbed in the gut several times. I mean,
he gets a sword through his leg.
His leg, yeah.
Yeah, he gets a sword thrown through his leg.
Okay. Now, there's a few issues I have with the anatomy-wise of where they get stabbed.
The ephemeral artery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both
Arion would have been fucking dead. Okay. He would have bled out where he got slashed by Dunk.
Yeah.
Okay. At first, I thought he tuck his balls off, and I was like, "Oh no, that's right up the fucking."
That's what I thought too. I thought he'd eunuch him.
Yeah.
The first time I saw it, I was like, "Oh, well, that's unkind."
Yeah. You cut those arteries in the legs. Yeah, you're dead in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, prove it.
This is one of the other things I did not like in this episode, though. I can't remember if it's in the book. I can't imagine that it would be, because it doesn't make sense. But Arion, right before Dunk goes unconscious, is calling for him to yield. Dunk is the only one that dies if he yields. He's the only one who has any reason to actually fight to death.
Right.
Right.
I mean, it's stupid for Arion to even be asking him to yield, because he's going to get killed either way.
Yeah. Well,
he either dies in the combat, or
he's
if he
fucking
yields,
covering his ass.
then he's found guilty.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a stupid thing to add in, and I don't think it was in the book, him calling for Duncan to yield. So then we get to the flashback. So you've got young Dunk and Rafe are basically just scavenging, horseshoes and stuff off of bodies after the Blackfire Rebellion fight. They come across a knight who has a dead horse fallen on him. They think he's dead. He, starts saying "mama, mama," kind of reverting back to a child, in his death moments. Dunk actually, I thought this was a weird choice too. Dunk goes to suffocate him as a mercy. He had a knife. We just saw him using it to pry off the horseshoes. I don't know why you wouldn't figure out a more merciful way of putting somebody out of their misery than holding your hand over their mouth and nose. Rafe stops him and basically says, we can try to ransom him. So they try to get him out from under the horse, and he does succumb to his injuries.
Yep.
So they take what they've got. They head back into Flea Bottom, where they run into, I guess it's one of the, who would it be, Roland? It's just a city guard, essentially,
it's a
right?
city guard for Flea Bottom, which translates into frickin' criminals.
Yeah,
in my opinion, that's basically what they are. It's a gang of thugs down there. Nobody's keeping an eye on them or anything like that. So
think Oliver Twist.
Yeah.
Yeah, think Oliver Twist, and this guy's name's Alistair, and yeah, he gives them. He knows most of them or both of them by name, so they've obviously had run-ins with him before, and
Gold Coast is what
he's
Bell's
a
saying.
shit. He's a shit.
Yeah. So he confronts one of the guys confronts them as they're coming in, and this is where they show that Dunk is not the brightest again. He's like, "What do you got in the bag?" As it's like clanking around, he's like, "Rats."
Yeah.
So, she cuts his wineskin off of his hip as they disappear, and so now he's pissed off and looking for them. They end up getting cornered eventually, and then they kill her first, and then they're going after Dunk.
What ends up happening
and Arlen
is
comes out.
They shake him down, and they basically take the loot that they've got, or actually the money that they got from selling the loot, because they're trying to buy passage out, and they're like, well, it's doubled, and so
because everybody's trying to leave after the battle's been finally done.
Yeah, so that's when they take their stuff, and she steals his dagger, and so he realizes that she took the dagger, and he that's what basically pisses him off, and he ends up grabbing it and cutting her throat right then and there.
Yeah. Then they go after Dunk. Dunk gets impaled in the leg, and Sir Arlen busts through the door.
Yeah, because
essentially does the same thing that Dunk does before the battle and pukes everywhere.
Yeah.
And then just starts cleaving everybody.
Yeah. Drunk as a skunk and fucks them up. And
I assumed he was coming out of a bar or something. He comes busting out of a bar.
He basically, they show where he's like looking, he sees what's going on. So he intentionally came out to save Dunk. And you get a great fucking decapitation scene with the
that was good.
And then did you notice the pig trying to eat the head?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get the quick battle. Of course, like I said, Dunk's leg has been impaled, so he's injured. You pretty much get Dunk just following Sir Arlen at this point. And he's injured, so he's staying behind and Arlen knows he's there, but Arlen's also a little bit oblivious at all times right now in the drink, because in that Blackfire Rebellion, that's where his squire, who is actually a family member, gets killed. So he has just freshly lost his squire right before this is taking place. So you get way too long a scene of Dunk following him and him just chanting, singing, everything.
There's nothing to that. I like that they did.
Wasn't it?
What's that?
I couldn't
understand. Dothraki. It was the horse people's language.
Okay.
Yeah, he was
Dothraki
singing in Dothraki.
The one thing I liked is when they got to the stream and you see Dunk drinking bad water. And then making him really fucking violently ill. And again, going back to the whole thing with him being dumb as a box of rocks. It's just, you don't drink nasty water like that that's filled with moss and crap. It's like, it's going to make you sick.
Also, the knight is so drunk that he rolls over in his sleep onto his knife.
His dagger.
Onto his own dagger.
About that,
I mean, what if hilariously, like, we have all gotten so drunk that we've passed out. If I had a dagger on my side, I probably would have done that too. That's so funny. I love that. I relate.
So ultimately,
I love how Tickle Truck's still going on about how she's not a girl boss, citing examples. The problem is I just don't care anymore. That's the issue.
So ultimately, Dunk ends up just kind of collapsing finally from being injured and from the exhaustion and probably from puking up everything that he's got in his body. And Sir Arlen finally walks over and tells him to get up, which is exactly what we have Egg yelling at him at the tourney. They're getting ready to, I'm trying to remember the exact order of the sequence. He's unconscious. They actually start to blow the horn to end combat because it looks like he has died. Egg starts screaming at him to get up, and he opens his eyes right as they're trying to give the signal to blow the horn. And then Egg screams in a very high-pitched voice, "Wait!"
great. Yeah, no, it was like really
a
high-pitched.
lot.
Yeah.
I thought Comics did the voiceover dub. It was so high pitched.
So,
and then this is where we see Dunk just pound the shit
Thank you.
out of what's his name.
Yeah,
Out of Arian.
it turns
Arian,
into
yeah.
hand-to-hand combat, and Arian is just outmatched at that point.
And I love that.
That's where
Well,
Arian
the-
basically loses it,
Yeah.
loses the fight, is because he's just not. Once he doesn't have a weapon, it's over. He's not gonna, even as banged up as Dunk is at this point, he's just way too big and powerful for Arian to be able to handle in a fist fight. And you're right, freaking Dunk just basically pounds him into the dirt and then drags him
With the
to Lord Ashford.
That's the thing I want to talk about is him basically. I thought he was going to fucking decapitate him because he's basically bashing him in the helmet, with his shield.
Yeah,
and the shield is one that comes into almost a bladed end at the bottom, a point, so that you could just.
He could have taken
with it
or gave him a shovel smile or something like that. But yeah, and then eventually he ends up lifting the top of his helmet, the faceplate off his helmet. He just starts fucking pounding on his face.
I love it.
And that's when he starts. And again, from Dunk's perspective, you have like his ears are kind of muffled because he's been banged around so much, and you can barely make out what he's saying, which is basically "I yield," and that's when he drags him to get him to yell it out.
But we've got so much going on during that fight. There's still people on horses. Lionel's still on his horse, and there's at least 2 Kingsguards on their horse still.
Yeah.
And of course, Baylor is on his horse, I believe. No, Baylor has been released at this point.
Remember, because
when they're dragging him, that's when you see Baylor take the hit from his brother.
Right.
But you've still got these guys just riding around and just, Dunk takes another lance at one point from one of them.
Yeah, he does.
It just glances
the other thing
off
too is that
him,
when he initially cuts his leg is when you see his Arian's dad basically running over there. He's like, my son, and that's when they start dragging him back. And it looked like it wasn't a mace that he got hit with. It looked like it was a pick.
No, it's a mace. I'm pretty sure. But
yeah. Well, and I could have sworn at one point Makar actually knocks Dunk off of Arian too. He came by.
No,
at
it's
one
a pick
and knocked him.
because Belle sent it in the here. I'll share this. She sent this in the gilded window. There we go, and you can basically see where he gets fucking hit. Because I did see this. I didn't realize it was Baylor.
it's while he's dragging him over to yield.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's a fucking pick to the back of the head. That makes a lot more sense because when I saw that wound, I was like, "How the fuck did a mace do that?" And it's like going and seeing that, it's like, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
And we saw the same mace didn't affect Dunk's helmet very differently as well. So that
that was a flail, and the issue with the flail is it's not going to have the backup mass like a hammer or a mace.
I guess I'm confusing my
A
weapons.
flail is the stick with a chain with a weapon on it. A mace is basically a hammer of some kind.
Sorry,
like a morning star. Morning star is a mace where you have a handle and you have
that.
a ball of pointy
well,
out.
Warhammer has a flat end, and it also has a pointy end for doing just exactly what that pick did.
And a lot of it too when
pickaxe.
A lot of the whole thing, and again, if you ever watch Shad's channel talking about the whole thing with the armor and the crow's beak, swords are basically useless against plate mail, and that's the reason why they started developing certain weapons to basically pry open the armor to stab them. So that's where the crow's beak comes in.
Oh, that and the stiletto, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
basically halberds.
Yeah.
And then guns.
So in the picture, if it is a pick, and that would be incorrect.
Okay.
Because it was a mace. When they go to remove the helmet, notice they don't say there's a gigantic hole back here. They find out when his helmet comes off.
Yeah, it's caved in. It was the mace, most definitely, that did that.
Which, spoilers, that's what ends up happening.
Yeah.
So, where were we though? So we've got them calling him Deal. The other thing that they left out that they really should have put in, and I don't recall seeing anything like it in the last episode where it probably should have happened, is they could have stretched this out without the whole flashback scene by showing that when Dunk actually arrives, like there's people lined up cheering for him. Like he thinks he's going to be there as the villain, and all the small folk are actually cheering him, like handing him roses, you know, give him a kiss on the cheek, that kind of thing. And, you know, he says, well, he makes some statement to Pate, and Pate basically like, why are they cheering for me? And Pate tells him, well, it's because you're a knight who actually kept his vows.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there are things they could have kept in from the book to pad out this episode a little bit without doing this flashback. So that's the main reason I had a problem with it.
Yeah, and they could have shown more of the combat outside of. I get why they wanted to focus on Arian and Dunk, but we don't get to see very much of anything else that happened. Like, how in the world? I'm sorry, I don't know how. No knock on Raymond, but I don't know how he survived this. Did he even have armor? Wasn't that just like padded leather or something that he's wearing? Or did he have chain under
it? Looked like he was wearing gamison armor, but he did have a helmet on when he rode off.
Well, I know he had a helmet, but seriously, the guy, you know, he would have been my bet to die first. No experience.
Well, and again, much like gamison.
Again, that's where the whole point of the lance trick was, to give them the upper hand. By having the longer, list lances.
Reach is always important.
So there was a reason that that there was any hope that they would win against, especially against the Kingsguard. They're the 7 best knights in the world, or at least in the 7 kingdoms. So going against 3 of them should have been enough odds that you would automatically lose. But that's where the tactics scene really would have made a difference for me, at least. I know non-book readers probably don't care all that much. The book readers, it was important context as to why this could actually happen.
So those of us who can't read, you got a problem with illiterate people? Is that what it is, Brahma? It's non-book readers?
Yeah, well, I mean, at some point, in alpha that can't read.
I want to read this at some point when I get done with the Honor Heritage series, because I'm like neck deep into, I think it's like book 7 or 8 right now.
There's a problem with sock shoe too.
What's that?
Sock shoe. I put those on this morning.
Oh yeah, that's what that was. But yeah, I actually want to read this now, and I actually like it when they do an adaptation and they stick to the book as closely as possible.
It's been very close.
Right? Yeah.
Yes, you're an anthropologist, right? Yeah,
that's right.
So you know the War of the Roses.
That's not anthropology. That's history.
Oh, sorry. But you've read about the War of the Roses. You just read that, and then you'll have all of George R.R. Martin's books.
Well, I don't care about main Game of Thrones. I just want to read Knight of the 7 Kingdoms.
Yeah, me too, at this point.
So we get the yield, the withdrawal of accusation that the Hornzound's Dunk wins. So the next thing we see is Dunk getting tended to, which his very first thing is, how many people died. That's the first thing he's worried about.
Mm-hmm.
So they tell him that Beesbury and Harding died in the opening charge. Baylor then approaches, and Baylor. Dunk tries to pledge himself to Baylor's service, and then Baylor, I can't remember what makes him step back.
He's like, my hands feel like wood is the comment that he makes.
He can't take his helmet off.
Said, can you help me take the helmet off?
Yeah, can you help me take the helmet off?
Right.
Yeah.
He asks Raymond to help, and Raymond can't even get it off. So it's Steely, Pate, and Raymond together removing the helmet.
Remove the helmet.
We get the big reveal.
Yeah. The big reveal is the fact that the back of his head's caved in.
Yeah.
He basically says it was probably that blow from my brother's mace.
Yep.
He's very strong.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they take off the helmet. He's missing a good chunk of his brain. I think in the book it actually just starts falling out or something like that, if I remember correctly. Like chunks of it fall out of the helmet.
Well, I want to say something fell out when they pulled the helmet off.
Yeah, I thought
not
kind
nearly
of
as
not that much.
squelchy as it could have been.
Right.
No, it
For
could have been a
sure.
lot worse.
And they do
kind
the
of
slow
expected
reveal
it
of him
with all the
spinning
gross-up.
around to where everybody gets to see the hole in his head. So yeah, that would be the end of Baelor.
Well, and
Baelor
that also fulfills
Breakspear.
Darian's prophecy.
because he falls
That-
into Dunk's arms.
Oh.
So
Great
the
dragon
dragon
falling out of the
falls
sky.
on him.
Yeah.
Falling on Dunk, and yet Dunk living and the dragon dying.
Yeah.
Yep.
And remember, they say it was a big, tall, black a big, huge black dragon. Well,
Yeah.
the prince of the seven kingdoms, the next in line, would be a huge black dragon. So
Yep.
that was the prophecy.
That makes sense because initially I thought it was it Arion who was going to eat it.
Well, he should have. Dunk was well within his rights to kill Arion
To kill him.
at any point of that.
Yeah,
He showed him mercy.
he did.
Of course,
Bad.
it doesn't end up being mercy because the way Arion dies is he drinks wildfire, thinking that he's a dragon.
Oh.
Well,
Okay.
it's
Which is how you
African
get-
American dragon, not black dragon. Come on.
Right. So overall, I thought the battle was fantastic. The flashback
Yes.
was useless,
so much.
and they had other stuff that they could have adapted that would have been better than throwing in something that wasn't in the story.
Mm.
Yeah,
The one- the one
Close
thing-
to Taco. What do you mean it could have been a lot worse? He died.
Yeah. Well, okay.
No, the squelchiness of it could have been a lot worse.
the one thing too, when at that moment too, I was like, that was a very George R.R. Martin thing to do. Kill the only honorable guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would say only because Dunk is
But
obviously honorable.
It changes the whole succession of the Targaryens.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that family. Yeah, that whole family seems like they suck though. The Targaryens.
Yeah, and there's a lot of Targaryens that need to
die.
die in order for Egg to become king. So,
Fourth
Yep.
son of a fourth son.
yep.
Yep. Got a lot of ways to go.
So I don't. Did you guys watch the preview trailer for next week?
Yeah,
No, I
Yeah.
did not.
Okay.
I did.
Didn't either.
We do get some more Lionel, so that'll be nice. Because they really did nothing with the background knights. I mean, you could see them just in the background of this, but yeah, like
Yeah, I was surprised.
That
well,
was
it is the story of a knight of the seven kingdoms. So it is Duncan's story. So you're going to see everything from Dunk's perspective for the most part.
Right.
I would have liked to have
That's
seen
true.
more of the battle, but I mean, in reality, these battles would have lasted a few minutes likely. I mean, you're doing so much damage so quickly
Exactly.
and you wear out so fast that I don't think the fight would go more than 10 minutes. So how do you make a 30-minute episode? Well, you
Yeah.
pad it with what I said, not with what they did, I think.
Yeah. Well, and it's exactly right because you see Dunk at the end. I mean, he is so fucking exhausted and beat up from being hit with the flail, and he's like
Impaled
staggering
multiple
around
times,
and
stabbed
being
everywhere.
impaled and all this stuff. Yeah, I mean, and I know it's fantasy and there's a suspension of disbelief, but those wounds would have been fatal.
yeah,
yeah.
that was another problem I had. It was too many. I appreciate it, but it was just too many wounds.
Yeah,
They needed to
getting
back
stabbed in the
off a
leg where the
little.
arteries are at. That's the death sentence.
Or even pulling out the lance at the beginning would have just
Yeah.
caused
Yeah.
you to be
That would- he would have
rupturing
bled out.
blood.
That was. I wish they showed us maybe he missed the other guy against Dunk, missed the first time, and then we got to see Dunk, like, if it is from his perspective, his boys, some of them getting hit, all of them. Because, again, Brahma makes a good point. I wish there was more of the tactics, and as a non-book reader, I'd love to see the tactics, and I'd love to see the boys standing up for him that inspire him. I respect how he was inspired, but that was a little lackluster, if I'm being honest, where it's like, in retrospect, but I'd love for him to even have that visual of like right now, his boys are going down for him, and we really didn't see much of that. Again, in the background.
Because
and a lot of it too,
because he hesitates so much, you do see a few of the initial hits on the sides because he's so late to it. And that's the two getting killed right off the bat.
Yeah. And a lot of it too is that typically any kind of like wound on the outer side of your arm and your legs, because that's all muscle, you're fine. Anything on the inside of your arm and your leg is going to be fatal. He could have been stabbed in like the fatty side of his
thigh.
Well, no, I was going to say of his torso, his abdomen. But the issue is where it went into is like it literally went into his stomach, or at least that area, and that would have been fatal. If it basically hit the more kind of like meatier side, and just called a flesh wound, it would have been fine, and he could have pulled it out, and it wouldn't have been as bad. But anything that that's going to cause major blood loss is going to be fatal, especially during that time period.
Yeah.
I don't know. Overall, it was still a great episode of TV to watch.
Amazing show.
But
fucking one of the best things I've seen in years.
Yeah, it moved really well, except for that 15-minute flashback that, again, we all agree we didn't need.
And that's one thing too. That
was slow.
I think they kind of did a decent job of Dunk going to shock. I thought.
Yeah.
The way he was kind of like stumbling around like an idiot, and I mean he pulls it out. And again, there's not a lot of blood, but yeah, that area probably would have bled quite a bit unless it was just a flesh wound. But yeah, I mean, I thought they did a good job of him being in shock and eventually coming out of it. And that's where he starts, trouncing the shit out of the other guy. So,
well, there's a line in the book that's specifically about that is basically said in Duncan's head, so they couldn't really do it in this, but I can't remember the exact line, but it was like, you may be the more skilled on the battlefield, but I came from Flea Bottom. So the rough and tumble stuff is how Dunk learned to fight, even though the way they kind of show it in the flashback, the flashback hurts this because it doesn't really show him being all that capable of fighting in Flea Bottom.
That's
old enough to, and he leaves with Sir Arlen.
Yeah.
He leaves with Sir Arlen, so when did he learn to fight in Flea Bottom for his life?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, the more you dig into it, I mean, people are rating this the highest episode of any of the Game of Thrones. And right now, I think it's just
episode.
Recency bias.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's the last episode.
No, I'm talking about like on Rotten Tomatoes. Like they've got the rating up at like a 9.9 on this.
Oh God, no way.
No.
They can
last episode,
for this episode
last
specifically.
episode was much better.
Yeah, the last episode was much better.
Much better.
Yeah.
But the other thing that we kind of skid over in detail, but it immediately perked up, and I was like, I had to rewind it, is when they're sitting there and they're looking at Duncan's gut wound right before Baylor comes in. Steely Pate goes, well, we need to get him drunk, and then we need to pour hot oil into the wound. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What?
That's when Baylor walks in and says, no, hot wine.
You'll
kill him with oil.
You'll kill him with hot oil. I'm like, what? No.
Well, I love the comment too, is like, how like some of the chainmail links are basically embedded in the wound too.
Yeah. So that's going to be a mess.
Yeah.
Well, in the preview, he's not that much of a mess. He's already down to a black eye.
It's already 9 months
later. There's going to be going to be some time.
Mm.
Now, apparently he
get laid
fast.
But yeah, this will have major repercussions for the Seven Kingdoms because Baylor died, and it's basically Egg and Duncan's fault.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I figured out
it is
dragon egg. There's dragon eggs in the kid's egg. I don't know where the connection is, but I'm throwing that out there. I'm just putting it out there. We talked about the dragon eggs.
Well, technically,
egg is just short for Aegon.
Yeah, you could technically say it was all Egg's fault. I wouldn't blame Dunk for this one.
It was all Egg's fault for sure. He's the one he went to Dunk instead of someone else to kill his brother.
Well, yeah, he could have gone to the. Yeah, I mean, they explained the episode. He could have gone to the guards.
Yeah, like the ones he called out to. Exactly, that was crazy.
Well, he would have had to have revealed himself at that point, and he didn't.
True.
He wasn't going to reveal himself, so I mean, you're dealing with a little kid.
Yeah, I mean, kid logic.
He's going to get in big trouble when they find out where he has been. So, he's going to put it off as long as he can. Because even though the kid is supposed to be kind of the smarter one in this, in some ways, it's still a little kid.
He's still a kid.
Kind of like the situation we have with the actor just spoiling the crap out of everything because George Martin was dumb enough to tell like a 10 or 11-year-old a whole bunch of secret spoilers.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Don't tell kids things if you want it to stay a secret in any way.
They have no filter, so.
I thought that those interviews were cute, where he's like spoiling stuff, and he's like,
"No, stop."
He seems like a great kid, but yeah, he's only a kid.
He's being a kid.
Yeah, he's being a kid.
Yep.
I think it's hilarious. Lesson learned.
I don't know. I think the book readers are going to. I think the book readers are going to not like this as much as the non-book readers.
Fair enough.
I think it was an
episode
that does. I think it was an episode that does everything that it needed to for somebody who hasn't got all the background.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a shame that they changed what they changed, but like I said, I thought the previous episode was better. This one, I didn't like the flashback at all.
I'm just glad we finally got some battle.
Yeah. And
there's not much of it in these stories. So, yes, Belle, make our hit Baylor.
Well, and it kind of makes the battle more important because there's not so much, which I appreciate. It's not like they're in an active war. It's more like a tournament arc. So I think that's really cool. And overall, I think that, I'm excited to see more. I did not read the book. I don't care about Game of Thrones, but damn it, do I love a story that beats the fuck out of its main character and goes, this guy truly gives a shit and he's willing to stand up, but he's only mortal. And I really appreciated that because we just haven't seen that much from Dunk other than, the fun stuff. So, yeah, I'm excited to see him build back up. I mean, classic hero's journey. I'm a sucker for it. I don't know what to tell you.
Fair enough, man. All right, let's get to some super chats and some other stuff, and we'll get out of here. Let's see. Where are we at? Starting with the Dead Man. For $4.99, says I feel like you should judge each show / movie on its own merit, regardless of how real history goes, because it's fantasy. Hey, I still like it, but I'm still going to point out the flaws when it comes to stuff like that. But I liked it. Anatomy still applies in fantasy, which is kind of a lot of things I kind of bring up. I know I got a lot of shit when I was talking about John Wick falling from a 3-story building, getting up with a slight limp, and that was it, because physics still a thing.
That was the only part of the show that I watched. In the middle of that battle, John Wick falling down the stairs, and in between him, he didn't get a single lance because the lances just bounced off of his jacket armor. Which, it'd stop a bullet. They could stop a lance.
Doesn't he fall down the stairs twice?
Yes, he does.
3, 4.
Yeah.
He's still falling down this goddamn stairs.
I know.
And yet he still wins the duel.
Indeed. Deadman, I agree with this 100%. For $1.99, it's also nice seeing heroes again with morality. Agreed.
Absolutely.
I watched a really interesting YouTube video I stumbled upon talking about Night of the Seven Kingdoms and the whole thing with George R.R. Martin and the whole thing with not so much the damage that he's caused, but it's like that part of the reason why he probably can't end his story. And is because if he's been building up to the whole thing, well, good is stupid. To quote Spaceballs,
Yeah, you can't write heroes. You can only write anti-heroes and villains. So you can't have a hero's story end if you never developed a hero.
Yeah. So if he has good triumph over evil, it counteracts everything that he did. And if evil wins, it's basically sending the wrong message. So it was really interesting. And the guy had a lot of high praise for Night of the Seven Kingdoms. And I completely agree. This is the thing that we've been missing. And not everything has to be happy, cheerful, whatever. I'm fine with some nihilistic stories, but the problem is when everything's fucking nihilistic, you get tired of it, right? It's like with everything good guy always win, that gets boring too. You got to have variety. The issue is we don't have variety anymore, and that's one of the biggest issues. And also the fact that Hollywood does not know how to write heroes because they don't know what morality is, or being good, for that matter. I mean, that's kind of the problem.
Rebel against morality, like what good things are. They're like, well, that good thing, that's a bad thing actually, and it's like, no, that's just like being a good normal human. They're like, oh, that's actually a racism, or that's it's always an istinophobe. So yeah, it's nice to see, and I love seeing Dunk, and you guys mentioned, but like cheer for it. The crowds went fucking wild for a knight who
the
stood
one
by
the one
his
chick
word.
that stands up, she's like,
yeah, I love
when he
that,
first
dude.
turns the tables on Arion.
That's his bitch.
That was the whore from like at the beginning of the season.
It's gonna be his whore.
Yeah. All right, Retromeister for $10. Evening, gents. Today marks 2 milestones for Disney. The first is Gravity Falls, which Alex, can't.
That was yesterday, but
Hirsch, okay, ended his show in a way better way compared to Stranger Things, despite a few last-minute issues. And then also, for another $10, also it's the 25th anniversary to Recess, School's Out, which is Disney's most patriotic film ever. And it's meta commentary on canceling Recess worldwide and weather manipulation because reality years later.
Are you guys too old for that? Because both of those I know, but okay. So Recess was a really great show. It was it revolved around kids at recess. Just a lot of fun, imaginative stuff. It was one of the classic cartoons for my generation. And then Gravity Falls is like it's a very cool mystery type of show that was technically on Disney, but there's a lot of adult jokes. You go back and watch it and you're like, how did they get that on air? And it's very funny, and it just ended 10 years ago.
I've heard of Gravity Falls, but I'm not familiar with it. Obviously, I'm too old, right? Because I would have been like 27 when Recess was on, so I've never heard of it.
Right. Well, and that's the thing is like I would say that you guys would appreciate it, but to be honest, it's like you've seen similar stories like do the same thing better. It's like, and I know you're not all animation guys, so I'd be like, go watch it, but it's very Twin Peaks. That Gravity Falls, to be clear, very like, cool mystery building upon itself, and that thing. And Recess, just a comedy, but love those comments as the animation guy who knows what you meant. Love to see that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the point Tickle Trunk I was trying to make is the fact that you got to have variety. If you have everything being one thing, then you just get sick of it, and that's kind of the problem I have with what we have now. And trying to get, there's been some really interesting kind of nihilistic stories, but like I said, the small doses when it comes to nihilism.
Now, the panel agrees with you, Dead Man. I just don't know what I said.
I think it was just in general talks.
So, all right. Now I got a.
He's a political douche, Micah.
Sabretooth Raptor sent a image. I don't know. I'm having problems actually dragging it into the browser, which is kind of weird. So
always a contrarian.
Indeed you are, sir. Oh, yes, right. I'm going to share. I'm going to have to share it. So let me get that set up right quick, folks. And add it to the screen. And there it is. That's his concept fighter. Very cool, sir.
Nice.
And I'm pretty sure that Deeple has some memes. So, Tox, if you want to go and grab those real quick.
Get thee to the memory.
Get thee to a memory.
Here's a meme. Fuck Rollin'.
Oh my God.
Is that me?
Oh my God, this is gonna be so bad. Oh man,
we
I'll
can
go
hear this, but not see it. Talks.
Yeah, well, it's because he hasn't added.
He hasn't
That's because I haven't added or done anything yet. All right, here we go. It's actually way more shocking in person. So here we go.
Merkins of Love, we believe every strand can be a gift. Send us those freshly shaven clippings and our artisans weave them into soft, breathable Merkins for anyone who can't grow their own. Join us. Give hair, give Merkins.
Merkins of Love.
Is that Robbie?
Yes, Robbie.
Oh yeah,
Legend.
Robbie, you need to lose that fucking damn pick.
That's all Tox's fault.
Robbie, I have more for you.
Oh no, I asked Robbie for it, and he created it for
Oh,
me.
he created it. Okay, I thought.
Yes.
I thought you created it.
That's in the Father Roland in the Book of the Wretched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Wretched Testament.
Amen.
Get up! Get up! Get up, Knight! On your feet! Come on, get up! Up you go!
There you go.
okay.
Is that supposed to be me, Sir Lionel?
Yeah.
Oh God.
You shouldn't be here. Step aside.
Whoa!
Not gonna happen. You shouldn't be here.
Culture just
so
fucked up
awful.
That man.
That was awful.
They both kicked through each other.
Yes.
Yep.
They're that strong. That's true power.
Right there. They both kicked through each other. In fact, Tom's leg disappeared into the asshole of culture. Big Booty Latinas 2028, Vice President and President. That's it. Wine barrels galore.
Wine barrel.
Yeah. Big Booty Latina. He was on Tim Pool tonight.
Who was?
Oh, good to know. I'll watch them.
Alex.
Alex Stein.
Alex
okay.
Stein. Alex Stein 99, baby.
If you see a closed down church's chicken, you are somewhere you don't need to be.
Yeah.
Very true. Church is good, though.
It
I don't
is.
need a basket. Me 6 minutes later. Yes.
Yeah, I do that.
Combat engineers, when they cannot solve a problem. Kaboom. Yes, Rico, kaboom. That is right. We blow it up. My moral compass leaving my body when a villain is sexy. This is comics division right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's me. We all know it.
We saw this in President's Day. Must be hard for those two.
That's fucking hilarious.
But
I'm
no one
watching a
will get
women's
hard for those
volleyball
two. tournament,
tournament, and 5 minutes in, there's been a horrific wrist injury. Hopefully, I'll be okay by the final. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Remember the original Duck Hunt? Yeah, neither does AI. It doesn't remember. I call the ducks with their heads on the floor.
Yep. It's funny.
You know it's Valentine's Day when women's razors are all sold out. I didn't get that one. Tubi, CNN, or Cartoon Network.
Cartoon
HBO
Network.
Max. Yep, that's
Yep.
how it's
Yep.
working.
Thank you, Tubi, for real.
They're the only ones that have any money because they advertise.
Fair
Or,
enough.
or
They're
they have
saving
ads
cartoons.
or advertisements or something.
Pito, it's actually MAP, which stands for minor me. Boom.
Yep.
Yep.
I feel the same way, to be honest.
Sauron not found in the Epstein files. There it is, folks.
Yep.
Thank you very much. Yeah, not
They
there.
just haven't dug deep enough.
That's right. He's got his own island. And he did. We're
Indeed.
moving on from Epstein, the internet. The fuck you are. Yeah, that's how it goes. I thought this was pretty good. It's just a flesh wound operation.
Yep.
It's got the elderberries right there. That's pretty funny. It's a lot of good stuff.
That's funny.
Killer
As
rabbit's foot.
someone with hand tremors, playing that game fucking sucks.
Swallow. Yes.
I literally have terrible hand tremors.
If you know, you know. This is funny. Yeah. Or
Pizza,
Caesar.
pizza. Yeah.
Not enough knives, but close enough.
Et tu, Brute.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm proud to see American women dominating at sweeping again. The women's curling team. Yeah, it's about damn time. And see, let's see, looks like she's telling him how to sweep. But yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
It's good. Writer, their characters' hopes and happiness. Writer, character development, their characters' hopes and happiness. Bing. Yep, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Let's see what else we got here. I think that's it. Is that it? Thank God that's it. Yes, that's all we have. Oh, wait, there's this. I knew I was saving this one for a special occasion. People who don't know, people who know. Yeah,
indeed.
True. So, that's somebody's daughter. Oh, I did this one too. The Brokeback Mountain sequel the world actually needs. Anna de Armas and Sydney Sweeney in Scissor Valley.
Yeah, I saw that one. That's
Scissor
great.
Valley, yep.
Directed by Wanda Fook.
I love her work.
Yeah.
An outlawed love in a society that encourages them.
Indeed.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I think that's it. Oh, yeah, this. That's, yeah, you need to find those theater.
Some Paul Rubin stuff going on there.
Yep, indeed.
Yeah, that's what's happening. Okay, folks. Well,
what were they watching? Morning Glory Milking Farm?
There it is. Comics made a joke, folks. He'll be here all week.
Indeed. Hi, Freddie.
Speaking of Duck Hunt, I'm holding y'all up. Just
there
have
it
that
is.
on my set. I'm making videos again. I found out the Olympics were happening from Brahma Bull's stream. Go see that on Sunday. Comics drops in regularly. Roland is making content, everyone, and it's there. I'm just kidding. It's actually great. He's great for a new guy. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, for real, Roland is my Fodger. Thank you very much, Talks, for acknowledging that. That's pretty much it. I'm actually making videos again, so come say hi to my channel, but also support all of us if you're here this far, guys. It's free. Anyway, thank you, and thank you, Tubi. Good night.
Faja, is that you?
Daddy?
Jesus.
Hello, Dad.
All right. Well, first off, I actually have a sponsor. So.
Really?
I'm going to plug, yes. My wife got me Mackinac Island fudge, which is what I've been eating tonight for Valentine's Day, and is literally the best fudge in the world. It doesn't matter if you live across the country or across the world, Mackinac Island will efficiently and quickly pack your fudge. Now that I have Freddie and Tox's attention, it doesn't matter if your fudge has nuts in it or not. Mackinac Island will make sure your fudge is always tightly packed. And sorry, Ian, Mackinac Island does not give a discount for the vertically challenged, so you will have to pay the same price as a person of normal height to get your fudge packed.
Okay, well, I'll leave that to culture.
For Canadians, Mackinac Island practically straddles your border and will pack your fudge the same day you order it. I haven't forgotten about you ladies. Mackinac Island doesn't discriminate by sex, so you can get your fudge packed too. And nothing goes better with your packed fudge like a warm shot of Brahma's bull's milk straight from the tap. And I think I really pegged that advertisement.
You did.
I'm glad that part was left for the ladies.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fine. I'll pay you after stream.
Straight.
I just put in the private
and there,
chat
if freaking
Roland's AI has lost it.
And if Heretics are still around, I hope that was funny enough for you. So maybe you'll drop me a sub now. Anyway, yes, I am still creating content. Oh, geez, what the hell is going on? And I'm actually going to be on, let's see, what is it? I'm drawing a blank. Unfiltered Outlaws. I think it's a relatively new channel. On March 1st at 1 p.m. That's a Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. They actually asked me, so what's wrong with them? And as always, Ian,
a lot, clearly.
Thank you for having me on your channel again.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for being here. And here's Brahma Bull, straight from the tap.
Nice.
Yes.
Straight from the tap.
Let's see. Tomorrow I'll be on Mad's new channel, and then Thursday I'm back here. Friday Ascendant Art, and Saturday we do have a bourbon and boarding this week, as we'll be going into the medal, the gold medal game on Sunday. So we'll recap most of the Olympic hockey as we hopefully get a Canada versus U.S. Finals, because they're the two best teams, and it'll be awesome if we actually get to play in these Olympics. So that's what's coming up. And then the bullpen on Sunday night as always. So come check it out. Cheers, everybody.
Thank you, sir. What are you pulling up, Tox?
Well, Roland's got Mackinac Island fudge, and when I go to see my parents, I stop by this place. It's in it's called Uranus, Missouri. It's an actual place that you can go. They've got 3 of them now. And St. Robert, Missouri, Anderson, Indiana, and Richmond. This is the guy here. But they have fudge from Uranus. It's really good. Blueberry cheesecake. And look, they even got the comics division Little Leprechauns. See, so where Mackinac Island doesn't love you comics, this place does. So toffee bar Butterfinger fudge, Rocky Road fudge. I'm sure that looks the same going in and out.
Oh my God.
But yeah, it's really good. They have reduced sugar and all that stuff there. If you really want, they'll ship this fudge. You can snack on Uranus. They've got beef jerky, box chocolates. They got all kinds of stuff. Yeah, you should see some of their T-shirts too. Uranus Fudge Packing Union. Join the Fudge Packers. Uranus Fire Department. It's a little place. You can go there. It's got rides, all kinds of stuff. It's big
straight out of Uranus.
Yeah. Property of Uranus University.
That's actually where I graduated from.
So this is when I thought about getting
my alma
comics.
mater.
Because it said property of Uranus University. Your head's already in Uranus. You might as well learn something. So
that's our motto.
That's it right there. So it's on historic Route 66 there. So you guys will love it. Straight out of Uranus. There it is. Union Plumbing. Oh, look, it's the police department.
On that note,
look, I started.
So
Stream just ends.
Well, I mean, it's the credits.
I know, just such a funny, like, usually Ian pulls himself up, goes, okay, good night. We're just like, we're done.
Oh, they have a new Uranus Crop Dusters t-shirt that we could get for culture.
Why is it whenever we play the credits, Roland's not added to it? Thanks,
know.
everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks
Because
for those who donated. Much appreciated. And yes, I'll be playing the medieval scissoring game when it comes out in March.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. The dead man told me shut the fuck up, so I guess I'm sure. He apparently thought I wasn't here anymore.
It'd been a while since we'd had a advertisement or anything like that, so I thought we were past due. So hope everybody enjoyed that.
It was funny.
I fucking
it was witty. It was well written.
You and me both, Tickle Trunk. Jeez.
What?
Nothing.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Uranus
It's over.
Dental and Proctological Clinic. The best cavity search in town.
I was only here for an hour and 20 minutes, and it felt like a 3-hour stream.
It's because of that cavity search.
Is that what happens when you show up late?
The cavity search? No.
Yeah. No?
Super strict.
The cavity search is a mandatory. The fun is optional.
And I didn't show up late. I showed up exactly on time.
Indeed.
There was forewarning given.
You didn't want to talk about
Showed up
AI
exactly
for 30
when you
minutes?
meant to.
No, I did a guest spot on a channel called The Plot Strikes Back, where we were talking about the movie Miracle.
Oh, yes.
About the miracle on Earth.
How true was it?
Great movie.
Yeah, we didn't get to see that because I was old enough to know about all that. We didn't get to see it. It was tape delayed.
Yeah.
But if you were up and we didn't have school, you could watch it. And so nobody really knew until later in the day.
The gold medal game this year, because of the time difference, is going to be at 8 a.m. Eastern.
Nice.
Oh, jeez.
Good night, folks. We'll see you.
Bye.
Good night.
Night, everybody.